was more popular than it.
But then it had that huge revival with I keep wanting to say Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's Friday Night Funkin'.
Friday
That's
Night
the one.
Funkin'. Ow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, a bunch of people now know about it who didn't know about it before. This is okay.
It's weird how things pop off,
Absolutely.
But
Of
that
all
went
the
over my
things they
head
could have
too.
chosen.
I didn't play Friday night at all. I wasn't
Yeah,
part of
same.
didn't know what was going on in that community. But
Hmm.
yeah. So I'd seen it, but I thought maybe it's just um I don't know,
Hmm.
just a small mod. But yeah,
But it's
this
huge.
thing's got legs.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Yeah.
You never really know what random thing might come back into your life, and you always hope that it's going to be something good. And in this case, it is something good.
Yeah, this case is pretty good. I feel like you guys have got some random things that have popped in and out of your lives.
This is definitely one of the bigger
There's
ones.
definitely one. Oh, no way.
But a lot of it does tend to be like Mario related things. I know there's the stuff that I did for Yoshi One Up with the Jingle Bells. Oh, what fun it
Ah,
is! Oh.
yeah.
Shut up
Good old
before I
Matt.
stab you, which is the last thing that literally the last thing I recorded before I started working professionally. I recorded that in
Wow.
December of 2005 in a headset microphone that was broken in 3 places. And then January of 2006 is when I did my first TV show. So a lot of people
That
don't
would,
know that's how far back it goes for me. People are
yeah,
saying it now. Go get the unregistered hypercam.
I feel like we're ancient now.
Oh my goodness. I
Do you,
mean, it's
do you
best
feel
not to
ancient?
sometimes it's best not to think about it. Sometimes
Yeah, best not to think it.
you're only as old as you feel. And while I am not good at the game, I know what Fortnite is. I have
Yeah.
played it at least
Yeah.
once. So, I can't be that old.
It can't be that old.
Yeah.
I was at my cousin's 18th birthday party last night, so I feel especially old.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah,
no.
I feel old as fuck, super old.
I hate that. No, nobody's supposed to be they're still supposed to be babies.
They're supposed to be
Anybody
babies, yeah. This kid was a kid my whole life, and now he's 18 somehow.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it, but I relate.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel
I
really
bet.
old too because I recorded the original for this when I was like in high school and just kind of, doing this stuff on the internet for fun. So definitely feels like a lifetime ago.
Oh yeah.
So much fun those days.
Mm-hmm.
I just had so much fun just being like untethered and creative and spontaneous.
Oh yeah.
Just whip open the computer and be like, I feel like making something, and then just doing it.
The world was just our oyster back then. Just such a much more simple time.
I can't remember, Kira, if I made you record any like dying sounds for Power Star.
Oh, damn. Lore.
I don't
I
think I
mean,
did.
you did mention something about it.
Oh, I can't remember. It's so long ago.
Hmm.
But I remember,
Just
I remember it being unreal that I was able to get you on as well, because yeah, Kira was popping off on Newgrounds. I remember just
Oh yeah.
slowly, slowly, like just being in everything, and I'm like, oh, if I can get her and on doing Peach, that'd be so good. And it's just a DM away.
At that point, I was surprised if I heard a female voice on Newgrounds and it wasn't Kira. It was like that. She was just crushing it.
Yeah, crushing it.
No, I was just lucky because a lot of people would like pitch up their own voices or make their friend or sister do it. It was just kind of like filling the void that was at the time. So now when people are like, how do I do that? It's like, well, now you're competing against thousands of people on social media, all trying to submit for stuff.
Petition must be so fierce. So fierce.
which is kind of neat but kind of scary at the same time.
Yeah. It's
I know. I
the
honestly
creative
feel
stuff.
bad for people trying to get into the field now because it's so hard, and now, and the barrier to entry I feel like is really high because back when we were doing this, like in Flash animations, the audio was very compressed, so it didn't matter. And, you know, like we were saying, we didn't really have good recording equipment back then, but now it's like everything's really high quality, and you have to have a competitive setup and booth and stuff. And I mean, when we were all doing this for fun back in the day, we couldn't have afforded that.
Exactly. Like I remember if somebody had like a Blue Yeti or a Samsung CO1U, you're like, whoa, you must be a millionaire. And nowadays, that's not even gonna cut it for the bare minimum.
Just I remember just
I'm
speaking
alive.
into a laptop microphone.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Ango. Daniel-san, you
Hello.
remember Ango Killer?
Of course, I remember. We've been
She's
talking
here.
lately.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well,
Damn,
I'm
that's nice.
alive.
He's
I'm
been
alive.
showing me some programming techniques that I've got no idea about what they mean.
Yeah. Yeah, hear me?
That's awesome. Yeah, we can.
Oh.
Oh, 64 is here. Nice. Okay, we got the whole squad. I'm shivering right now.
There's another hedgehog here that's very confusing.
Oh, damn.
I hope I don't have to make him eat his words.
Who's the other head?
I am just very thankful I'm still alive after all the homelessness.
All the homelessness.
I just kept that a secret for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I respect the perseverance because I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things a lot of us take for granted. So like anyone who's really, really been through it, I know, well, not from experience, but I can't imagine how difficult that is. So just mad respect to you out there for just making it through.
Just thank God for that. I'm like, yo, I'm still alive.
Yeah,
that
Absolutely.
Yeah, but like I remember all the way back then, like I was just making projects, but I didn't tell nobody this, that I literally went on this for like a lot of years.
Wow.
Sucks, man. But I'm glad you pushed
I
through.
I didn't mean to break the mood. I'm so sorry, but
Hey,
No,
but
the mood's gone now.
Oh, no,
It's
it's
finished.
fine. Don't worry.
This is the mood now. The mood is
now
sad.
you're here though. Mad respect, mad respect. The man who beat Luigi, I would say, go out there and just like, even if you can't find a project, make your own stuff. Just like find a comic or anything online and just put your voice to that and be like, hey, look, here's my Sonic voice. And that's an easy way to get attention like that. And just to get the practice.
There's no other way. Yeah, you've got to just do stuff for sure. And actually, this is me kind of giving myself advice because somehow now, as a 35-year-old, I
Damn.
find so
Right.
hard to find time to do on my own projects. But there is time. It's there. But when I have the time, I do other
Yeah.
stuff. You know,
A
I'm
lot
like,
of times-
you know what? Time to cook or go for a walk or learn a language or literally anything else except for do more work.
For me personally, I feel like a lot of times you have to find a way to like carve out that time. Because yeah, as you get older, there's more responsibilities. You're not always feeling as energetic as you used to. But in my case, if I say like, hey, at 7 p.m. on this day, I'm gonna do that thing, then more often than not, at 7:30 p.m., I eventually do a little bit of that thing.
Do that thing. So you got the discipline down.
Discipline to start at 30 minutes after I want to, but I still do it.
Yeah, you still do it. One of my little mind tricks is to say to myself, just do 10 minutes of uninterrupted, no YouTube, just 10 minutes on the task and then see. And then usually after 10 minutes, I want to keep going. I'm like, okay, now I'm actually enjoying this.
I like that.
Yeah.
I might have to try that.
It can be good for like, I used it for homework back in the day. Now I use it for actual personal work.
Right on, dude. Respect.
Yeah. That's it. It's all about the tricks, tricking the
Absolutely.
body into doing what you want it to do.
Figuring out what works for you. Take this, body. Deal with
Yeah.
Okay, so we have lots of projects to show for today soon. But is it okay if I get some guys to ask you questions or speak with any of you all? Is that okay?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
let's get it.
Okay, first one is Ready the Dino. It's on turn, so good luck.
Hi.
Yo, Ready, what's up?
Yo, you're my childhood. You're my childhood Mario and Luigi impression guy.
That's messes with me so much. It makes me feel a little old, but at the same time, very, very cool. Thank you so much.
No problem. Like I remember you voicing Mario and Luigi in all those old Newgrounds Flash animations.
Oh
Even
yeah,
this is just amazing.
that was basically my life at that point. There was a lot of those, more than I can even count, more than I can remember. But I'm glad it left an impression. I'm glad you enjoyed that so much.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my question. Did your Mario and Luigi impressions improved after some years of not doing it well? Of not doing it since you worked with TV shows?
I wouldn't say that it's changed drastically because I haven't really been trying to do it, but I definitely reached a point where I got significantly better at it when I was doing it for Newgrounds. I'm gonna say around 2007, 2008, and at that point I had really established myself in TV. That's when I was like, "Oh, that's right. I can't just yell like this." And if I don't go like that, it's not gonna cut it. So I don't feel like a whole lot would have changed, but at the same time, I haven't really tried to really go in depth. But I've definitely felt like there was a point where I found it. With going back to Power Star, I guess if there's one thing I've noticed that I've changed slightly, there are more Italianisms that I will sort of do to make it a little bit more in the dialect. So there's a couple little of those things here and there that I guess I've noticed how to be less Americanized and more of that ridiculous over the top accent.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, which you might hear of in some of the recordings you're gonna hear soon.
Yeah. Okay. Here's how I voice Mario and Luigi. Mario, did you pay the electric bill?
Pretty good.
I'm with.
It's pretty good.
I was waiting for a shut up before I stab you for whatever reason, but I enjoyed that. Very nice. That's a
You're
bit
supposed to
good.
be as Mario.
Oh! I didn't know. I didn't know I was supposed to be a part of this. I didn't know if this was from something.
Yeah. Mario, did you pay the electric bill?
I don't know. Did I?
Mario, they're gonna arrest you, Mario.
I can't go to jail. I'm too famous to be arrested. Oh no!
10 out of 10.
Okay, I can buy my way out of a jail.
I'm getting the next guy. Oh, hello,
very,
Icewater.
very well
So
done. I
if you
enjoyed
can
that.
hear my if you can hear my applause, I'm not sure over the mic. But, yeah.
Hello, Icewater.
I'm doing good. I'm so excited. What? Anyone excited for Doom: The Dark Ages? And if you guys have seen Demon Slayer, do you guys agree it's kind of like the game Doom Eternal?
I mean, this is mostly about Power Star, but I guess.
Not sure if I get the relationship between Demon Slayer and
Now I know
Doom?
Kira knows some things about Demon Slayer with good reason, but I don't know if you know much about Doom.
I do not know much about Doom, but yes, I worked on Demon Slayer.
Huh. I would say about Devil Mario's voice, I do have a great impression, which is, your struggle is pointless. We have already won.
Ooh, there's some good gravel in there.
Good.
Very, very
good.
nice.
Yeah, every time I hear it,
Everyone's a
it sounds,
voice
like,
actor.
it sounds like the Marauder from Doom Eternal or a demonic version of Kylo Ren.
I gotta check who voiced the Marauder on Doom Eternal because I actually think that was our friend Edward Bosco. That sounds because that character does sound familiar to me.
Scribbles, you're free to speak.
Hey, that was Edward Bosco. Go Bulls! So that is actually very, very funny.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
AKA Marauder.
How's everybody
from Doom
doing?
oh, hey, yeah. Marauder from Doom is also Alistair from the Has Been Hotel pilot, for those of you who don't know. Hira, someone who's asking, who did you voice in Demon Slayer?
I am Mitsuri, the love Hashira.
Right on.
That's so
But,
fitting. You both have the pink hair, right?
Well, right now I have blue hair, but it changes all the time.
Ah, okay.
But pink is kind of like my iconic brand color, so
Very fitting.
yeah.
But hello, everybody. I want to thank all of you for agreeing to attend this premiere. It means a lot to everyone who's here right now.
My pleasure.
I have a question for Danielson, Devin, and Kira, if that's all right. Because I know you guys have been doing a lot more like professional work, a little bit more. And I was just curious, what was it like to make the jump between voicing / creating Flash animations into doing stuff like actual studios, stuff that like airs on television and whatnot?
Who wants to go first? Because I think mine will probably be a little bit different. Maybe the voice actors go first. Yeah.
Kira, I'd love to hear you say more words. Are you down to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Hey.
So it was challenging, not gonna lie, because just like going from online, because back in the day, something that I tell people a lot in interviews and stuff, because they don't always realize this, is that when we were doing stuff in the mid 2000s, it was all pretty much hobby collaborative work. It wasn't like, nowadays content creation is very monetized and you can make a living being a content creator. But back then it was more just like people were doing things for fun. So like we didn't get paid to, do voices for all these Flash animations and stuff like that. So back then, I want to say it was like, it wasn't so competitive. Nowadays that there's a lot of paid content, it's very different. But it was challenging going from maybe there not being a ton of contenders for something or it being more informal with the casting to being like a very, just like trying to get in the industry where you have hundreds, maybe even thousands of really qualified people competing for the same role. And it's also, I don't know, it was hard too because I had to move to LA and it's notoriously one of the most expensive areas in the US, but that's just kind of where I had to be for my job. And the other thing that can be challenging about trying to make a living, and I'm sure other creatives here, because this is common to a lot of freelance creative professions, it's very challenging trying to start out as a freelance creative professional because even if you get work on a really cool project, you have to know where your next job is coming from and you have to continue to build that network. And it can be really hard when you're newer to that realm. And, in the case of working on things like video games, anime, what have you, cartoons, like they don't really care. You can't be like, oh, I did stuff on the internet. They're not going to care about that. You have to kind of like show that you're an experienced actor and that's the kind of things that they're looking for. So it's just like a completely different world. And I guess you could say, like, having to level up a lot in terms of acting to be competitive on that level. It's just like it's completely different. But I'm fortunate enough that I've done this as my full-time living for a while now, and I mostly work on a ton of anime, ton of video games, so it worked out in the end.
Well
It's a
said.
really thoughtful response. Thank you.
Thank you. I try my best.
For me to build on that a little bit, for me it was very, very quickly noticing the difference in the standards. Because in my case, my time of being an amateur from going from there to doing my first TV show was only 14 months. But I still felt really, really confident in where I was going as an online Newgrounds guy. So my first show, I found out I was going to be performing alongside my co-stars. We were going to be recording at the same time in the booth, and I'm like, okay, well, my two co-stars, they're little kid characters, so I'm a big grown-up 17-year-old, probably working with a couple of 10-year-olds. I'm gonna show them what's what. Yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I met my two co-stars, and they were like 35 years old and like 25 years old playing little kids that were younger than my character. And I was like, oh, okay. And so they're telling me about their experience. And the first one was like, oh, yeah, I just did this whole commercial campaign for Toyota. I starred on this show with Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle. And yeah, I've been doing things for decades. Okay. Next one says, well, this is my first cartoon show. But I spent my entire life doing Shakespeare. I just spent 4 years at the film school, and I just been preparing for acting my whole life. And then they asked me like, so Devin, what have you done? I did some Mario voices on Newgrounds. Have you ever heard of Skittles and Bits? No? Okay, that's fine. So the imposter syndrome definitely set in really, really quick, and I realized, okay, I got a lot to learn if I'm gonna hang here, because it's not all about when you get into the actual working professionally, they don't care if you can do an impression of Mario and Luigi or Bugs Bunny or Family Guy or any of that, because there's already people doing that. They want to know, hey, what can you do right now that's going to fit with what we're looking for? What can you do as you? And I had to spend a lot of time getting comfortable finding out the vocal range and the emotional range of what I have naturally. So there was definitely a major learning curve. Thank goodness I had a very, very patient director who really fought for me to not get fired when I showed very quickly I was not ready. But ultimately, I spent a lot of time practicing. I spent a lot of time watching TV shows and studying and being like, okay, here's what they need from me, and I want to prove that I can do it. So it's a lot of study, it's a lot of preparation, and knowing that if you can do all the impressions in the world, doesn't matter if that's not what you're working on.
That is so, so true.
Mhm.
The
And also
response, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. To add actually one last quick thing to that, you have a lot of people who will build their entire thing around like, I do Sonic voices, I do Sonic, I'm the Sonic guy, I want to grow up to be Sonic someday. I had never, ever even tried out for a Sonic role before I actually got the real show Sonic auditions. So once again, you never really know what's going to come your way. And oftentimes, that role, that sort of dream role, is going to go to somebody who didn't even see it as their dream role. So you just try to be as good as you can at a whole wide variety of things. But most importantly, get comfortable with your natural self, because that's what people are going to want more often than not.
Don't think I've ever thought about it that way before, but thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So I'm probably not as articulate as the voice actors, but I'll have a crack at it. My journey, at least, going from Flash stuff to professional stuff. So I think the transition for me was slower, more spread out over a few years. The peak of my Flash stuff was probably 2009, 2010. So that's when I was finishing studying at RMIT and here in Melbourne, and I was studying games development because that's where I thought I wanted to take it. So I was a Flash animator. Power Star, when did that finish? 2008. I think that's when I wrapped up on that. And that's when I was thinking to myself, all right, this is cool. I want to either be an animator, like a frame by frame hand drawn animator, or a 3D animator, or a games developer. And I was thinking, yeah, animation's where it's at. I don't think, like, I love playing games. I dabbled with game development in Flash, but I thought, no, I think I'm an animator. But I was dabbling with Flash games in those days, and I put out this really simple, dead simple game called Powerball, where you just knock a ball left and right, 2-player game. Super simple because my programming skills were really limited. And then I got an email from someone or a DM, and they were like, "Hey, this is cool. We want to sponsor your game." And I'm like, "All right, what does that mean?" That means we're going to give you a bunch of cash, and then you put our logo on the startup of your game. And I thought, okay, that sounds good. It's a quick 200 US. Probably the first time I made money. Definitely with Flash. And so I started doing more of that. At the same time, I was studying. I thought, okay, I will do games development. So I started studying, games development in Melbourne, and that's where it looked like it was going. I was like, yes, I want to get into like AAA games development. I want to make cool ass, first-person shooters, and the next Naughty Dog, Assassin's Creed. I'm losing it. Naughty Dog and Assassin's Creed are in the same neighborhood, but Uncharted. So those were my inspirations. I'm like, yeah, that's the way I want to take it. But at the same time, as I was studying, my Flash games were like making money now. So I thought, I kept doing that on the side as well. Made slightly bigger Flash games, which led to bigger sponsorships. All leveraging Flash and 2D. So by the time I finished my course in 3D animation for games development, I was just like, all right, what studying's done, I'm just going to go full scale into Flash game development, seeing as it's working. And it did work. I got sponsorships from Cartoon Network to do reskins initially of existing games I did into their properties, like Young Justice and Total Drama and Uncle Grandpa. And then it all culminated to a Lego game, Lego Ninjago. They wanted me to do that, a new game for that. So yeah, it kind of, all the 3D animation that I studied ended up being useless because I kept doing Flash stuff. So that was good. It was all really good for like 4 years straight, from my like Flash animation days to sort of entrepreneurial game development. And then it all kind of hit a point in 2012 with that game, and that's when the mobiles started popping up, mobile markets with like iPhones and app stores and Androids, and Flash basically at that point died. And so then I had to then transition away from the web space to something else. And I liked mobile as a platform, and I did try and make mobile games, but I didn't have the skill sets for it because I wasn't really a great programmer. I was just good at Flash, really. And so then from the next 4 years, that was a real struggle trying to navigate what space I was going to be in. Mobile games, trying to do console games, PC and Steam. That was probably an easier platform to hit. But yeah, it was a bit my path basically. What I'm trying to get at has been a bit of a sine wave. So started off really strong out of the hobby stuff into professional game development, and then took a dip for a good 4 to 6 years, where I had to like navigate a new market, while taking professional jobs on and off as I could. Yeah, bit of a roller coaster ride. Now, eventually I thought I need to like go even harder into game development, whereas I wanted to, make a game, publish it myself, and bring it to market. didn't want to be doing like odd jobs 3 days a week here for one studio or 2 days for another. So I dropped everything, went 100% on my own projects, and put out Armed with Wings onto Steam, which was a 5-year gig. And yeah, the game went out to the market, and it was okay. I'd worked super hard up until that point. I'm quite burnt out by the end of it with game development, and I felt like I'd been spending so much time coding, so much time doing game design, and not really spending all that much time on my art. And I'm seeing a lot of my peers and guys that I had studied with, who were, when I was studying with, I didn't feel like they were that good at art. And I'd seen that they had become incredibly good at art, and that they had eclipsed me. Which kind of made me realize, I thought, oh man, I'm spread way too thin, I thought maybe I should like go back to my roots. I started as an animator, doing animation for fun, and so I thought maybe that's where I should be. So I put together my best portfolio I could, took on some animation, freelance gigs, whatever I could, really basic stuff. And then I saw a job position for Bluey, and I'm like, oh, what's this cartoon? This is cool, Australian cartoon. I might have a crack at that. So I applied for that. Somehow, first time I've ever applied for a role without like knowing someone to get in another way. But yeah, just completely applied with resume and CV. And then the next thing they were like, yeah, you need to come to Queensland and work on our show for 2 years, and I did. So I guess my answer to that question is more of just like exactly what I've done in the last 15 years. But yeah, I guess in a nutshell, it's a bit of a sine wave. It's like good times, bad times, but I find myself now like in pretty good position. So yeah, I think it's just good to stick to something and just keep like marching forward.
I do want to congratulate you on your success. It's
That's
very
fucking awesome.
inspirational to see where you
Thank
came,
you.
and where you are now.
Danielson, one question. Please tell me you have some more time, because we have lots of projects to show after everybody speaks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Thanks. Okay, next is Joshi. Come, Joshi. Come on, Joshi, you can do it.
Hello? Excuse me. Hi, I am one of your big fans. I admire your work. How are you doing?
Hey,
Mac.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How was you?
I'm very glad to hear that, man. Oh my god,
Good.
it's the Devil Mario guy himself. Oh boy. This is the biggest stage fright I've ever had, especially when what I've been doing for this project, at least so far, has been my best attempt to replicate as good as I can the voice of your Devil Mario specifically, and I am talking to that guy himself, and I am actually nervous, excuse me.
Hey, don't sweat it. At the end of the day, I am just some guy. And if it helps you feel any better, I literally grew up as the shyest kid in school. I'm still very shy. I just worked on my acting enough to make people think that I am not.
I'm 21 years old. It was my birthday yesterday. I'm a fully grown ass adult, and I'm still shivering like bricks here.
Well, hey,
Me too, man.
belated birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Oh God, not the happy birthday.
And once again, to put it into further perspective, I am 36 years old, and I still get absolutely horrified to speaking with certain people, even people that I've known for a while, if they still have a position of power above me if it's like a job interview or something. I look, so I feel you. Don't worry. Hey, you good?
Man,
Don't worry, you
yeah, I
good.
feel you, Mac. I feel you. That is just too tough. I mean, this is just real life we're talking here. It doesn't even matter what job you do. You always kind of poop yourself when you're about to meet, like, I don't know, the CEO of a certain company just to get the job. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Your brain is messing you up real bad at that point already.
Let me tell you something real quick, actually.
Sure,
So
sure.
one of my favorite voice actors, David Kay. He did the voice of in Beast Wars. He was Megatron. In Transformers Animated, he was
Oh,
Optimus
that's
Prime.
cool.
I love that dude's work. And when I told him how I was kind of nervous about meeting him, he told me that he gets nervous around Frank Welker, who voiced the original Megatron in the 80s Transformers, how he gets
That is
nervous around,
crazy.
yeah, Maurice
What?
LaMarche, who voiced the Brain in Pinky and the Brain. So everybody kind of has that person that they look up to where they're like, what? Who, what? No. What am I doing breathing the same oxygen? So no, don't you worry about it.
Mac,
At the end of the day, everybody's like, I'm just some guy. I'm just some person. It's all
Mac,
good.
this is how I exactly feel about you because honestly, truth be told, I was always like a fan of voice acting. The whole concept of it is also
Mhm.
it just sounds so fun to me. And a few years back, I was watching Power Star, the original series that was uploaded on YouTube, like in the highest quality that it could possibly offer. And the fourth episode featured the voice acting thing of Devil Mario. The voice acting thing already occurred in episode 2, if I recall. But
Mhm.
in episode 4, I heard your voice, and you were kind of the guy that kicked off my at least one of my goals to make my voice as deep as I possibly could, so I could sound a little more menacing in
Whoa.
some sense. And ah, and
I'm
I'm
honored
still very
to be
grateful for VR that he even picked me up to begin with. Like
Hello.
it's still a huge honor to be a part of this project. Like how I still don't know. It's just pure randomness that somehow waltzed into my life and made it for the better, which is why I'm now actually sitting in the voice call with professional people who have lots of experience and that I am so happy to breathe the same air in. Kira, Daniel, D Mac. Fiar is the one who reimagined this freaking project. Trevor is here, the peak musician. I also do music, but Trevor's far better than I am. He- I was gonna say hedgehog, but that's just Timko. My bad. Uh, but yeah, it's just I'm just beyond happy. And actually, I have a question for you specifically, Mac,
All right, let's get it.
because like this is going to be a little hard to put into words because I'm just thinking of this question now as I go on. I had the question in mind, but the second I step foot into this voice chat, it's all gone. So I have to recollect my memories for a second. So if I'm correct, my question to you would be, what did you do after you voiced Devil Mario? Like, where did you go from there? Is that the point where you started your own TV show, or did you do some other projects
Oh, the funny thing
before?
is, I'd actually already been professional for either somewhere around 2 years by the time I recorded for Power Star 4. I believe that came out in 2008, whereas I started
Mm-hmm.
working professionally in
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
2006. But the reason why I came back and was still doing Newground stuff for so many more years was not just to get more practice, but also because people in the TV world just assumed that there were a lot of things that I couldn't do, so they wouldn't let me try out for them. So I was going out there on Newgrounds and being like, oh, I'll show them. I'm going to get all this practice auditioning for all these character types that they won't let me try professionally. So when they finally let me try, they're going to be like, oh, snap, he can do that? And so for me, the voice for Devil Mario is actually me doing an impression of Megatron from
There
Transformers
is no
Animated.
way.
That was specifically Corey Burton's Megatron from the Transformer animated show that came out in 2007, and he would say, "I will crush those puny Autobots, Starscream, you fool!" And I'm like, I want that.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna make that my own. And then what's funny enough is I'm gonna say maybe about 11, 12 years later. So again, I was already professional at the time, but about 11, 12 years later, I got this audition for this character called the Skull Sorcerer in Lego Ninjago, and it is literally it's me doing the same voice once again. I will destroy the ninja. So again, it's a lot of it's a lot of stealing from people who've been at this longer than me, and then refining it from doing that online amateur stuff, and then being able to take that over to the professional side of things. Oh, Lord T-Rex, I'm in a lot of Ninjago. And in the new show, I'm Aaron, the kid who bakes all the pies in the new version of the show.
I don't know what show that is. I haven't caught up in any of this kind of stuff. Another question that just popped into my mind. You were mentioning TV shows, like animation shows or like reality TV shows. What kind in particular? Like this is where I'm a little caught off guard.
Oh, you ain't never gonna catch me on camera. I'm way too camera shy. So
Okay, good. Because I was like, because my genuine fear was when you said TV shows, I was like, there is no way I have to show my face to the public. Please, no.
Oh, not gonna be me. I know there's a lot of people who will, and I don't agree with this. There's a lot of people who will say, in order to get good at voice acting, you need to do theater and you need to get in front of a camera. And I'm just like, I don't really like that. I don't, because what
I
I like about voice
refuse.
acting, oh, again, yeah, same energy. Because I don't want to be told, oh, you're too small to play this role, or you're too discolored to play that role. And
I
that was
can think
something
of.
I faced all the time when it came to looking at live action stuff. Like I did a tiny bit of drama classes in high school, which isn't nearly as scary, but I knew I would never want to be actually in the full out there world of theater or camera. I was too nervous, and I didn't want to be told that like, oh, I don't like the way your face looks. And I'm just like, I couldn't deal with that. I didn't want to hear it.
Oh man, Mac,
Yeah,
I can
fair enough.
relate on such an unsurmountable level because back when I was in high school, I was in some theater class as well, and I thought it wasn't so bad until I actually got on stage in front of an audience. And that was where I just kind of broke down for the first time ever in high school. I was just so scared out of my life that I just decided not to do this again. And then when I discovered this voice acting trope as a whole, I was like, this is something that would be befitting for me personally more than theater.
No, I
You
think
know?
that's great. I think that's great that you were able to gravitate towards that. And at the same time, I'm not going to discourage anyone from like trying to do the camera thing or trying to do at least some school theater classes to see if it works for you. Because at the end of the day, there's still really, really valuable things you can get from that. And there are things that I learned from my time doing the high school classes that still are useful to me today. But ultimately,
Hmm.
what people need to learn, and I've gone into this a bit before, is it's not so much about doing voices, it's about the choices that you make. It's about knowing how to tell a story. And
I
if
see.
you really, really fixate on that part of it, how can I be interesting? How can I connect with my audience? How can I understand a character and the ways they might change and evolve and what motivates them? Then that's what makes really one into a great voice actor. I'll give one quick
That's
example.
inspiring words.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Can
Yeah.
can I, Max? Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt your example because
No
VR.
problem.
I'm going to explore VR now. He DM'd me and told me that we're running out of time, so I'm going to use this opportunity to ask one more question. Um, I wanted to ask, do you like since I actually want to start off with like comic dubbing, for example, I've been seeing these awesome Sonic comics, and I've got FL Studio to make my Metal Sonic voice, Sonic 2011X kind of stuff, anything. But I just don't know what video tool I could use to just, I don't know, start making video cuts so I could, make a comic dub and send it on YouTube. I don't know the right video tool to use. Do you have any in mind I could start off with?
This might be a better question for Daniel since he's more on the visual production side of things, but I know a lot of people use DaVinci Resolve because it's free.
The DaVinci Resolve's where it's at.
There you go.
Okay, so DaVinci Resolve. Okay.
Yeah, spelled like Leonardo da Vinci Resolve.
Okay, I see. All right,
Stay away from Adobe. Stay away from anything Adobe.
Appreciate it. VR, this is my final message before you kick me out of this beloved call that I've called my home for the past 5-10 minutes. Keep your windows locked. I am coming for you. You will not escape my...
Oh, he left. He left.
That's
Should we
literally
start?
that's like literally me and my friends ending call all the time.
1 minute. I think Trevor wants to ask something via voice call.
Oh, yeah. Question to our voice actors, DMAC and Kira. Are there any type of voice roles that you haven't had a chance to voice, but that you would love to do? Like whether it's just something that sounds really fun, a way to kind of stretch your talents. Can you think of anything like that?
I'm fortunate enough that I'm not really typecast, so I've played characters all over the board. I want to say I want to play more cats, but I do play a cat Pokemon on the newest Pokemon show, so that's really cool. I guess maybe I'd like to play a cow. I'm really into cows.
That's awesome.
Very nice. Similar vibe with me. Now that I've escaped the typecast that people had me in early on in my career, I've really done a little bit of everything. I've done anime. I've done really wacky cartoons, heroes, villains, sometimes in the same scene together. So for me, it's kind of stopped being a challenge. And what's more interesting for me, because as a performer, I can just sort of go on autopilot, just like plug in my algorithm of good acting. But for me, the more interesting challenge is helping build up others and teach them to do things that they didn't know that they could do. And I've gotten to do a little bit of that with directing for some TV shows. I've worked with a lot of young kids and taught them just a lot of my techniques and helped them unlock things they didn't know they had.
I love it. Well, to pivot with a similar question then, what is a role that really stretched you where you went into it and it wasn't like you could just go on autopilot? You're like, wow, I've really got to think about how to do this, be creative in my voice acting, etc.
Okay, I think the one for me that kind of I associate the most with that is anyone who might know the Kerber web series Terrain of Magical Expertise tome, where I voiced this and also wrote for this quirky raccoon villain named Raccoon, and he just started out as this like absolute silly guy who's just a troll and all over the place. And as we went further along, we learned about all of his insecurities and his vulnerabilities and his fear and his anger and his depression. And so trying to find ways to bring out those sides of the character, but still having it feel like the character, that for me was the most difficult challenge that I had ever had because I had to still feel like I was staying true to him. But ultimately, I'm really, really happy with what I was able to do there. And that's why 15 years after I started with that character, I'm still working with that character in one way or another.
I love it. Great answer.
Thank you.
I was gonna say for me, it's probably Jillian from JoJo's because there was a lot of pressure. Because for anyone who doesn't know, it was like really, really public that I wanted to play that character for like 8 years.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, like I'm a huge JoJo fan. Like it was that was kind of like the role that I wanted more than anything in the universe. And obviously the manga had been out for many years before the anime, and like I had read the manga and like knew the character and the story, and I was just like, okay, how can I? And honestly, the secret to it, and I will happily tell people this is like the secret to success in voice acting is just to work on being a good actor, because no one's gonna give anyone a role just because they want it. But I tried to work really hard on improving my acting skills specifically so that I could not only have a chance to audition when it came around, but to hopefully be the right choice for the role. But then when I booked it, it's kind of like, okay, that's just the start of it. Now you actually have to bring it. You have to prove that you deserve to be there and that you were the right choice for the role.
And you more than proved that. You absolutely crushed it.
Oh, thank you. It's a lot of pressure.
I was so proud of you. I even showed a couple episodes to my mom, and she got really, really into it. You were great.
Oh, that means so much.
Yeah.
I have a question for the voice actors. So I think most of the time, when you record, it's not like they get everyone in the scene together in the one room or a live stream and then have at it. So is that hard when you're given only your lines, and then do you have a reference for your scene partner's dialogue, or is it the director's voice because maybe they haven't recorded your scene partner's dialogue? I'm curious about that.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to give an answer to that. It can definitely vary a whole lot depending on the production. Like, generally in anime, you're not gonna get much of that because they're gotta really focus on just hitting the timing one person at a time. So it'd be very, very difficult to have multiple actors do that sort of stuff. But sometimes if another actor has recorded previously, it's already laid down in the audio track as the next person is dubbing for it. So sometimes they might get to hear as the scene is playing what previous people had done. But in my case, because I do a lot of cartoons, there's definitely a few shows, including my first show, where as long as the scheduling could work out, they would get every actor in the room all together, and you get so much more out of that. You kind of have those inside jokes that will sometimes make their way into the final cut of the show, and also it's less work on the director. The voice director, when the actors are all separate, the voice director has to sort of plan out, okay, what should this next actor do? How is this all gonna fit? Are they gonna be talking at the same volume so it sounds like they're right next to each other? Is this gonna fit? You don't have to think about those things as much when all the actors are in the room together. So there's definitely a lot that you get out of it. Uh, Recording alongside somebody named Tabitha St. Germain, who voiced Rarity in My Little Pony. I did a show with her, and I realized she does not read what's in the script, like almost ever. If she feels that she understands a character better than the writers, she'll just say anything. And I'm like, that's great. I'm gonna start doing that a little bit now if I feel comfy enough with a character. So there's a lot that you can learn that way as well. At the same time, there's a lot of shows where, and they're cartoons as well, where just scheduling wise or for whatever reason, they can't get everybody in at once. And that's where I got a lot from my Newgrounds experience. Because on my time on Newgrounds, everybody was recording separate all the time, often, usually, with no actual voice director whatsoever. So there was a lot of guesswork with regards to what other people should do. But I feel like that's really, really benefited me as well because it helped me to understand and look at and study even the characters that I wasn't playing. So I had a good feel for how they should react, even if that's not what happened in the final product.
Awesome answer. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Shadystar, it's your turn.
I would scream at my top of my lungs, but that'd be too loud probably. Anyways, good to meet you guys. I actually greatly appreciate what you guys have done, and I'm sure you guys have made a lot of people want to do what you guys do. So great seeing you all here.
Hey, thank you. Good to have you here too.
My question to you guys is like between like you, Daniel, Kira, maybe Trevor, if he wants to unmute to answer, is like between like all of you guys with all the fans using like maybe your music, art, etc. What are your guys' opinion on that?
I like when it's not AI.
I hear you. AI is taking over too much.
Yeah, it's such a huge violation if people AI generate something that someone did without their consent, whether that's art, voices, music, whatever.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, like seeing it like in an animation style, like probably like some I forget his name, but like people who did like the Sonic.exe versus Devil Mario, for example.
When people are taking like voice clips and stuff like that and manipulating them in a way where it's like it's not AI, they're just like maybe taking clips and like cutting things together and splicing things, like then I'm less like, yo, go for it, have fun. I think that that's funny. I think that that takes a lot of talent and skill, and I am all for that. If something that I did a long while ago can still inspire and motivate anybody to create in their own way, then yo, I'm about that. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's really good. Like I that is like the most impactful thing too in the fourth one, just hearing Devil Mario.
Mhm. Absolutely. I think it's so cool that all these years later that still means so much to people.
And I feel like that's how this all came about when
Yeah.
Power Star was a sprite movie there, where I took what Nintendo did and ripped out their graphics and made them do their own little dance.
What about you,
So
Trevor? We haven't heard your input on it, or unless you said it in chat.
No. Thanks. I put most of my music on Newgrounds under like a Creative Commons license to where anyone can use it as long as they give me credit. So personally, I absolutely love seeing my music used in different ways. I've had the pleasure of people putting up performances of them playing my music on their own instrument or doing some of their own remixes. So to me, especially because I'm at a point where I kind of have a corporate job, and this is mostly therapeutic making music for me, unlike um, the other folks on this channel. It's really cool to see people, um, use my creations like that.
Hopefully they're kind of quick questions since I know we only have maybe like 20 minutes left. So I got a couple more for you guys. The one is how has being involved with Power Star maybe affected your guys' career? Like, has it helped you guys improve? Did you maybe start with Power Star and move on? I think I think a couple of you guys answered that before. Maybe you could touch up on it if you want.
Yeah, for me, the only really thing is it was that first opportunity to prove that I could play that really fearsome, deep, gritty voiced villain, which again, many years later, I got to pull out that same voice again for a few different shows, including Ninjago. So to have that be just an outlet for me to get that kind of practice was very valuable to me.
Kira, maybe you next.
I think that in general, just doing a lot of stuff on Newgrounds back in the day and starting with like doing voices for online content creators and stuff like that, it really helped just sort of get over the fear. Like a lot of people have a fear, understandably, of putting their voice out there, and they're just worried about it, and it just kind of gets you in the habit of like recording and also like editing your own stuff because for example, I know when the pandemic first happened, people who did not have a background in doing like online voice recording were really scrambling, and they were really worried because they're like, I've never edited my own audio, like I've never recorded at home, I just go to my agency to record all my auditions, stuff like that. And I felt really comfortable when we had to work from home for a couple years, because I'm like, I already know how to do a lot of this. I have done stuff for online creators. I know how to set my levels. I know how to edit my audio, all that kind of stuff. So it didn't feel like this scary thing, but I think in general, just it's still advice that I give to people now to get involved in with online indie creators, because I go to a lot of conventions as part of my job, and a lot of people ask me, they're like, "Hey, like I grew up watching this kind of stuff. How do I get into it?" And I say, well, learning to act, that's always the biggest thing. I think everyone would agree that Mac touched upon it really well earlier, that it's so much more about the performance and the storytelling as opposed to just the voice. And also just to get involved, audition for hobby projects and things like that. And you just never know. I mean, it's so cool seeing now, like the people in this call, where everybody's at. In terms of people whose voices were all over Newgrounds back in the day, our friend Edwin comes to mind as well, and he seems to be doing quite well. So it's really cool, like seeing how everyone's journey has evolved.
And a lot of people don't really actually get out there and do stuff. Like even me, for example, like there's stuff that I want to do and I haven't really done it yet, which I'm trying to get there. So that's actually a really good thing. You just have to get out there and try to do it if you can.
Honestly, yeah, just go for it. And I feel like the only reason I got to do so much stuff back in the day is because I wasn't afraid to just I would literally go to the front page animations that week, and I would just message the creators and be like, "Hey, I liked your animation. If you ever need a voice actor, here's some samples," or whatever. And it's like now I think there's obviously a lot of overthinking, and now creators are flooded with voice actors reaching out to them. So it's hard, but I think in general, everyone could benefit a little from just doing something, even if it kind of makes you go out of your comfort zone a little. My favorite artist, David Bowie, was a really big proponent of that, and I kind of adopted that in my own career as well. Like the idea that if you're comfortable where you're at, you're not pushing yourself hard enough.
Ooh, well
What do we?
said.
Quite powerful.
Just to touch upon it really quick, I also love how you brought up the pandemic stuff, because yes, that was a huge thing for us, not just understanding the technical side of it, knowing how to record and edit our own auditions, but I know a lot of the voiceover veterans, at least on the Toronto and Vancouver side, they didn't even know how to do the acting for a self-record audition all on their own. They're just so used to having a director there. They go into the studio and the director gives them the audition paper and explains everything to them and can guide them through their audition. And suddenly they're just recording from home during the pandemic all on their own. And their instincts, many of them, just weren't as good. People who'd been doing this for 20 years, 30 years, suddenly are like, oh no, I'm all on my own. I have no help. And those of us who started out on Newgrounds, hey, no problem. This is all we know. Bet. Let's go.
What about you, Daniel and Trevor? You haven't really answered the question since it's also directed to you guys about what I asked earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
In terms of Power Star 4 impacting me, or Power Star, I think it kind of helped me become known as the sad piano music guy, which actually landed me some other opportunities. So as a result of that, someone reached out to me and asked me to write some music for a game on Steam called Fearless Fantasy. And later I wrote some music for another game on Steam called Hypnagogia Boundless Dreams. So yeah, I think up to that point I had never done anything professionally, and I did get some monetized opportunities after that. So appreciate Daniel for putting my music in that project.
And lastly, you,
So,
Daniel.
yeah, so how has making Power Star impacted me, I think was the question.
Yes.
So I think I answered something like this on the last stream, but I'll quickly summarize again. So for me, it was just that was a four-parter. And it took maybe a couple of years to do each part. and it's a lot of work. You know, to make in total 20 minutes of animation by yourself. So for me, it was the biggest thing I took away from it was really exercise and just discipline and like getting things done and actually finishing projects. Because I think like a lot of creatives, whether you're animator or voice or design or anything, I think like creative people will create things, will start making something, and I'm sure there's a lot of dead projects that never got finished. I think that's famously true, and especially true for me. So being able to like actually get this and finish it, I got a lot out of that, and it's like it's a good skill to have. It's not skill. It's a good habit to just continually come back to a project to be like, no, I'm finishing this. So that's probably the biggest thing, I think. How it's just kind of like set the tone of my of how I work.
That's very good. Just a quick one for you guys before I leave it to Tired Writer to ask whatever he needs to ask. Is if you guys could go back and work on this project again, would you guys go back and do it again?
And isn't that why we're here? I thought we did that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like go back to the early
Well,
2000s and like meet together again, like Daniel contacting you
if there
guys and
was
being like, hey.
if there was a time machine that appeared and if I was to walk through it and then I get aged reversed back, but like I still have my brain or a little bit of it, like my old brain in a young body, yeah, I'd jump through that machine in a heartbeat.
So I actually own a time machine in real life, so I can help you out with that.
Wow, let's go. Let's
All
use
of
it
you just
right
walk
now.
back, just walk in there. You guys can keep in touch.
That means you are a time traveler then.
Yep. Except it's the thing about those cars is that they are very unreliable. So it's in repairs about as much as I have it.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, anyways, I'll leave the stage for Tired Rider. Just before I
One
leave,
thought
though.
about it.
No. This is not a question. It's actually a comment.
Yeah,
You guys, I want to hear like your guys' opinion once the premiere starts. Like you guys vote on who you guys think scene is the best. I think I told Fryer this suggestion the other day, and he actually liked that idea. So I'd actually like for you guys to maybe vote for your top maybe 5 scenes in the Reanimated. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you for the
That's funny.
lovely question. Oh, and I guess to answer real quick for me, I would go back mainly just to reassure my younger self that, hey, things are gonna get better.
Very
That
good.
writer, go ahead.
Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Like, I have been waiting for this moment for 12 years. Ever since I was just a wee little boy, and now I'm 24 years old, and I'm just wondering, like, how the fuck did I get here? Man, where I have so many questions but so little time. I think I'm gonna ask some of my biggest questions I've really wanted to ask for so long. And I unfortunately I do apologize, but a lot of these questions are going to be kind of directed towards Daniel, since I have like always wondered about this. So I know why you can't do it anymore because Flash is dead, but I was wondering, why did you never kind of like continue doing those Mario sprite Flash animations or anything?
Because I wanted to get onto original stuff. But as far as Flash is, I still make content in Flash. I have not posted much because nothing is worthy of posting. But I moved on to Arm of Wings, which is in some ways a spiritual successor to Power Star. It's a game series, one it's different, it's not an animated series. But there's my thumbprint that's on Power Star is I'm sure if you play through Arm of Wings, you'll see that thumbprint pretty clearly on Arm of Wings.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. And I think for my second question would be is to wonder, shit, I forgot what the second question was.
Saw no
What?
future in doing like more Mario, like Nintendo Sprite movie sort of stuff. But I was wrong actually. There was a feature in that because people have continued to do it, and it's kick-ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so woo on me.
So something I've always wondered is what was that final message in Power Star 4 about anyway? Like I feel like it might have had like a deeper meaning.
Yeah, to summarize, yeah, it was just basically like this is the last Sprite movie I'm gonna do, and it was kind of like, what's it called at the end of a play when everyone comes out and bows? Called something. Like the credits of a play, but
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's
yeah.
called.
Anyway, it was that's
Curtain
the
call,
final message
maybe.
was. Oh, what's it called?
Could be a curtain call, a final
Curtain
bow,
call.
encore.
Yeah, that's it. Curtain call. Let's call it that. That's the word. That's the phrase, I think.
Okay.
So that was just like, yep, the Sprite movie phase of my creative career is done. So that's what that message was.
Which do you prefer? Power Star 3 or 4?
4.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Bold.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, wow.
3 in my eyes was actually 3. I mean, I'm happy with what I did in 3 in terms of animation, just raw animation. But in terms of like a film, Power Star 3 is actually a failure in my eyes because it was supposed to be a trilogy. Power Star 3 was supposed to end it, but I was lazy. I was just like, don't want to animate anymore. So I did one big fight scene, which is all it was from start to finish. Was more or less a fight scene.
I did feel like 4 ended a little too quickly, in my opinion.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's not like you can do anything about it now. It's like 14 years old. Hey, animator, go fix that now.
Oh shit.
Hey, we have a time machine. We can make it happen.
Yeah, that's right, we do. That's right.
She's from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mean, it's not the
True,
weirdest
like-
thing that ever happened.
When it's working, I'm happy to lend out my time machine.
Awesome. Okay, let us know. Shoot me a
I
DM.
posted pictures of it in chat for anyone who missed it.
Oh, what? What? Have a look. I want to see this time machine.
Oh, you're gonna have to go through a lot of messages then.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. People gotta spam and random shit on there. It's just so weird to be in this position now because I legitimately thought like this was one of those like dream things that like you want it but you'll never have it, and now here I am, a 24-year-old. Because whenever I was a kid, I didn't know what I wanted to be, and I never really knew what I wanted at all. But then when I kind of got older, my life has always kind of spiraled until I was about 20, and I was really into writing. And I even was starting a book, but I think I'm trying to go back to something that you said earlier. I couldn't finish it because I was so flaky on stuff like that, and I just couldn't finish it. I was having such a hard time trying to do something and then finishing it, but I never finished things. But now here I am. I'm like, I'm not working on a project right now. I'm like, I have to finish this. Okay, I have to finish this. This is my thing. I'm finishing it and I'm doing it. I'm currently writing for a manga right now. It's going to take a very long time for it to finish, but I'm very proud of it, and I want to say that you are one of probably the bigger inspirations on it, specifically fight scenes, because the way you animated it, even in 2D, you could tell like there was a lot of work put in. You like kind of like showed me without really saying anything just how to make things like feel impactful. how to make things like feel like that actually hurt. Like I remember when Luigi in 4 came down and kicked Mario, and there was all that fucking like shit all around him. I was like, holy shit, that was cool. Like whenever I was like 8 or something, like that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
And that's it's like we're passing down gifts of coolness because other Flash movies and other animators before me were doing things, and I thought that feels good. That feels heavy. I want to take that and apply it to my thing. And it's cool to see like how we take things and then re-implement them and then improve on them. And that's one of the coolest things about animation and art in general. So yeah, I'm glad that I was able to give you that feeling of like, oh, that's mad. I wanna improve on that.
Yeah, it's crazy just how much talent is in this Discord call right now. It's truly wild. Like we have someone who voiced a character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and a character who voiced fucking Megatron. It's like, what the fuck?
It's wild.
Well, I didn't voice Megatron, but I stole from Megatron. But I was Bluey McSpeedfast.
So good.
Yeah, it's just really weird to be in this call right now. And I'm honestly, I don't think I have any other questions. I probably think about some, but it'll have to be like way later down the line whenever my mind can kind of like collect myself after this call. But yeah, it's been great talking to you because wow, I wasn't expecting to ever talk to you.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
So how do I get out of this call? I mean, not the call.
Hello, everyone. It's a big pleasure to meet everybody, and I would like to thank all of you on this stage for making everyone such a great childhood. I will start right off the bat with the questions, if you don't mind, since we don't really have time. I have a question for both Kira and D-Mac. How does it feel to reconnect to the roots of your voice acting career?
Super fun. I'm honestly really honored anytime I get to do something like this. I used to be kind of worried about I don't know, I guess like being open about having done online work because I really wanted to be taken seriously in the industry, but now no offense, I feel like I've proved myself. So I am really happy to reconnect with anybody and especially getting to voice this character again after so many years because the old recordings were very much when I was a beginner, and so getting, even with the limited dialogue, just being able to provide that again with what I know now as an actor was so special, and it's really cool to hear from Daniel after so long.
Likewise. Awesome.
I gotta say, for me, it's very surreal for sure. It's kind of like 2 years in a row now that I've kind of gone back to characters that I first voiced in like 2008, 2007. As another thing I'd done around that same time was these series of point and click flash games called Reincarnation, where I was this purple little demon named Vile who said evil all the time. And I was just doing an impression of Little Karibo's voice for Merrick Ishtar. So to now have done that last year and to be doing Devil Mario this year is pretty wild and pretty surreal. Performance-wise, although there's not a lot that I feel like I do drastically differently now for that type of voice, I can definitely do it easier now than I could back then, because back then was my first time trying to do it, so I can maintain it longer. But I look at those screams that I was doing, I was like, how the heck did I do that? What was I on? I was on a I was on a different level then. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how many takes I had to do of it back then, but to even try to get close, it took me quite a while now.
That's great. On to the next question. Kira, for question for Kira and Devon Mac. How does it feel that PowerStar was technically the beginning of your voice acting career?
I mean, I definitely done projects on Newgrounds before this, but it's really cool just looking back on a lot of those projects. I mean, Super Smash Flash was another one that I did around that time. And people still bring up some of these projects at conventions. Like they'll say like, "Hey, like I know you're here for Demon Slayer and everything, but I really liked your Newgrounds work back in the day." So it's cool just knowing that it had an impact on a lot of people and to be a small part of that.
In my case, I wouldn't technically call it the beginning of my voice acting career because at that point, I already started doing online voice acting. I started in 2005, and then I was already a professional when I started doing Power Star. But I still look back at just the influence that it had on a number of characters that I've played that are very much in that same sort of vein as Devil Mario. I would say there's at least 3 or 4 different villains that I played for TV shows that have that same kind of voice, but it all goes back to there. And I try to never forget for a moment like where it all came from. And I know that I would not have the career that I have if not for Newgrounds. That's the way I was able to get the practice to prove that I could do all of this stuff that TV directors and producers and casting directors didn't believe I could do. Newgrounds gave me the chance to prepare and get ready with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just add a clarifier that yeah, DMAC and Rena-chan were like popping off on Newgrounds when I was like, oh, I want to try and get them on for PowerStar.
I do have a few questions for you, Daniel-san. First of all, I was wondering if we could get more trivia about Super Mario All-Star Adventure, Super Mario Pow Pow Pow, and the Mario Combat.
Ah, yes. Shoot. Specifically, any questions about those, or should I just
Just
ramble
trivia in
about
general,
them?
just trivia in general, if we could get
Okay.
that.
Well, yes. So, what can I say about those? So, Super Mario All-Star Adventure. That was a 3-parter, similar to Power Star. I guess it was kind of like practice for Power Star. That's one way to think about it. But I caught on to sprite animations from and some of you may know him because his legacy is pretty huge. Brandy Solom of BGDC.
Oh yeah.
Video Game Director's Cut. So he's what inspired me to get into sprite animation. I didn't know it was possible until I'd seen his early work. And then he did Rise of the Mushroom Kingdom, which I think is even bigger than Power Star. And that was a hugely inspirational to me. So All Star Adventure was my sort of version of that. It was my first like I want to tell a story too in a Nintendo universe, but broader because I was also inspired by other games that I'd love to play, like Sonic and just everything broadly. When did I make that All Star Adventure? How old was I? 12 or something, like a little kid, right? 14. I'm a 14-year-old kid, so I'm like, yeah, sweet, let's get Mario in, let's get Bowser, let's get Sonic, cool. Oh, I played Mortal Kombat as a kid. Let's get Scorpion and Dragon Ball, whatever sprites I could get my hands on. I'm just like, yeah, they're coming in. So everyone, it was a big collage of insanity, really. So that you can think of it as like me trying to tell a story with characters that were pre-existing, as kind of like for fun and practice. Kind of lay down the foundations for Power Star. Now you've mentioned some games.
Yes, I mentioned Mario Combat and Super Mario
Mario
Pow Pow Pow.
Mario Combat was you know what? That's actually my most successful game to date. Because I made it in 2 weeks thinking nothing of it. now after Power Star, I had a lot of custom sprites that I made, a whole library of different, Mario and Luigi fighting sprites, different move sets, thousands and thousands of sprites. So and I liked making action games. So naturally, I built my action game and I repurposed my sprites for it. I built a few levels, did it over 2.5 weeks or so, and then I slapped it on Newgrounds, and it kind of just skyrocketed from there and made its way onto every single Flash game website that existed and all these different Chinese Flash game sites. It's got the most hits out of anything I've ever done. And I yeah, it's funny the things that pop off that you don't expect to. And as for Pow Pow Pow, that was me trying to yeah, that was a game I was making with a few friends actually, a few local friends in Melbourne. And there's not much I can say about it. There was it's a game that I made that I thought would be cool, and the end product, I didn't really like it. But I put it out there because it was finished, and I thought, that's what you do, release it. But I actually didn't think that game was particularly fun, and I don't know if it's available anymore on Newgrounds. So good luck finding that one.
Something I want to mention, Daniel, and something that kind of led to me gravitating towards your work was, I love how there's kind of like there was a collective, like a community amongst a lot of the sprite animators that were buddies and kind of looked out for each other and helped each other out. So knowing that like you were cool with people like Yoshi One Up and Blordau and like Kellum Stamp, all y'all. So I kind of already knew of your work beforehand. And so I was like, hey, wait a minute. I know that guy. He's tight with all these other dudes. And I'm like, oh, and I saw some of your work. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm down with this. Because around that time, I was starting to get pickier about what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But nah. You were in good company.
Yeah, I was tight. It was a great community. I think that's one of the best. That's the reason why I want to get in that time machine and go back, because that community was so tight. I've got a community. My community now is very different. It's more it's less online. It's more local. And I miss that online thing, but yeah, I really do. Really miss it. We had a good thing going on, and I'm sure there's still, I don't know how to do it anymore. Now
You
it's
got to make a
weird. Now
Discord server if you don't have one.
Exactly.
I've got it. That's a good point. I do have a Discord server. I have, but yeah, that's it. Actually, I should be more active on my Discord server. I'm dead. I'm basically dead. I'm like so old now. I've somehow become a boomer. Yeah, that's it. I definitely don't know how to do social media anymore. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm on Twitter.
I don't know if
and
anybody does any.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, finally, when I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to get back online, and then I go onto Twitter X, and then I'm just like, oh, well, this place fucking shit. This place sucks ass now. I don't even remember it being good, but like, I missed obviously the golden days. Yeah, so I don't know. Sad.
But I'm glad we got this at the very least.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We got this. Anyway, I think that's it for that question.
Daniel-san, some things about another game you made in the past. It's called Super Mario Pow Pow Pow, I think. Yeah. Why was it deleted from Newgrounds? Because it was on Newgrounds.
Newgrounds, from what I understand, Newgrounds had to clean up a lot of the copyright stuff because of legal reasons.
Okay.
So and now I know they didn't clean up everything, but I think they had to do. I guess they had to do clean up a bit to be good with legal.
I do want to show you something though, to sort of like make sure the projects are never forgotten. We made a full wiki with all the Power Star projects and the projects you did, including Mario All Star. Super Mario Pow Pow, Mario Combat, Power Star game demo. Literally everything is here.
Oh
So
wow, let me full screen this. How do I do that?
it has literally everything completed
Wow, everything's
from the
there.
ground up. Yep.
Oh, so cool.
Including Super Mario All-Star.
Wow, good work.
This is thanks to this guy here named Cat and another guy, Cartolin. They been working on it a
Cartolian,
lot.
all the best. I need to go have a look at that.
I still have 2 more questions for Daniel-san, and I will continue with the rest. So I was wondering, what was the theme used when Devil Mario was speaking in Power Star 4? Because during when Devil Mario speaks about his schemes to Luigi, there was a theme in the background, and nobody can find that.
It's when he's saying, your struggle is pointless. We've already won. Da 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 da.
Yep.
I think it's from Tekken 5.
Is it? I mean, I keep trying to search it, but I couldn't find anything.
I'll find it. I'll put it on my list. It's that hazy music, right? It feels like a bit of a haze, like a digital kind of.
Yeah, something dramatic.
Where is my task list? Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll have to find it as well. Pretty sure it's from Tekken. It sounds Tekken. Sounds like Tekken.
Also, while you're searching for it, I would like to ask one more question. Why did Luigi drop his sword after stabbing Devil Mario in Power Star 4? Like, he stabs
I
Mario
think I
once.
need to show him that. Hold up.
Yeah.
So right here, Luigi kind of stabs Mario, but then drops his sword instead of killing him.
Your guess is as good as mine. Just because if he didn't drop it, we wouldn't get that cool hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that's why. I hope you find that answer satisfying.
I do have another question about Power Star. What would have happened if Luigi actually won against Devil Mario? Would the possessed toads take care of him? Like, were they strong enough to kill Luigi as well? Will this change the outcome?
You know, I can't see any situation where Luigi and the good guys win. I feel
Knew
like
it.
Inherently incompetent in the sense that I think if they kill Mario, let's say they get him, they pin him down, and they're like, "I'm sorry," and then slide his throat open. That's probably what would happen. Something like that. Something horrific. I would have animated something horrific. I think all the boos just fly out of Mario and just go on to the next person, take over Luigi. Yeah, there was no way this was going to end nicely. There's no way.
So still everybody dies.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone
Okay,
dies.
I know. Did the possessed toads get all the power stars in the world, in the kingdom, whatever?
Yeah, all of them. They got them all.
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
Considering Blazing Dragon and Nongo Killer aren't here anymore, I would like to ask LK64 some questions.
I hope he's here. Oh, he is.
He is. Hello, LK64. So I was wondering, what was the story behind Devil Mario vs. Sonic.exe? Like, what pursued you to animate the most popular content related to Power Star?
I think. Man, it's been so long I forgot. I think it was like I was rewatching Power Star and it's like, oh, this is basically uh, like I had Sonic.exe versus matchup in the mind and it's like, oh wait, I have this childhood uh childhood web series called the Power Stars, like, and it's very like somewhat similar to Sonic.exe as a malicious evil version of the iconic rivalry of Mario and Sonic. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna try try to make a matchup out of this.
I see.
Have you continued your Power Star reimagination or remake you were planning? You said something
No,
about it.
It's still hiatus.
Oh, okay.
About that, I was actually wondering if you could give us more information about it.
Uh, I'm not. I guess I had. I'm not sure if I've already revealed, but I had this like new ideas or with unique Power Stars designs. I think like instead of a Grand Star, it's going to be like I think called some Cosmic Star or something.
Cosmic Star. Ooh.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Anyways, the Reanimated premiere will start in 15 minutes, so I'm not delaying it any further. If there's any guy who wants to talk. No one? Oh, there's actually one. Okay, there's 3 people now.
Yo.
Hello.
So, bit of a background here. With me, like pretty much the blue Koopa guy named Frank. But another thing, like I'm pretty much not the only one. I'm pretty much like Frank is not the only one that I've voice acted as like a villain role. Or like I pretty much voice acted like a bloody-eyed hedgehog for a friend of mine's game. So that's another thing. But like it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing how like everyone every OG is like really like here and whatnot.
I agree. It is actually spectacular.
Yeah.
Well, like on a Sunday to be on a panel like this, it's so cool. It's actually so cool.
Yeah. But yeah.
I get really inspired whenever I reconnect with like, just talented people from like from back in the day and just see how far everyone's come and where we are now, and somehow Power Star has got all these new things happening.
Yeah, and then like the new people like some of us will meet. But anyways, like obviously this is a quick question, but like this is mostly like after like this is mostly like after like old Sprite series related. Mostly like relating to like I think what I like mostly know as well aside from like a few other ones that like Power Star and Rise of the Mushroom Kingdom, for example. What like from like other like recent spray animations and like other ones like that got the reboots, like SMBZ or any other like recent Sprite 8 series, like what Sprite series from those recent times do you find interesting?
Also, because I see there's 3 others, let's try to do this as quick as possible. I want to get
3
everybody in.
Yeah, can be
Sprite
quick.
series, recent Sprite series.
As in like recent years.
I'm not familiar with any. But
Yeah.
yeah, Super Mario Bros. B. I think Elven Earthworm. Yeah, he started doing more. That's all I know though. As far as that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here, to be honest. I haven't really followed any of them. I guess
I
you
know
could
that
say like
there is.
sometimes Death Battle sometimes does Sprite stuff. Which is that's another dude who was, I think, of CVA Animation, or who used to be part of the Sprite Collective. But aside from
Yeah.
that, there's nothing really else that I really know.
I think that's what it basically evolves to, isn't it? Which is cool. But yeah, it's not like there's not a heap of Sprite work going on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think your microphone. Oh, hello.
I think what is cool though, I will quickly say this, that actually there is been a little bit more Sprite work, but it's not animated. It's games. So there's a lot of like little
Right.
indie games on Git.io. Not Git. Bugger it, I can't remember. But yeah, there's people are doing like fan
mates
based pixel games. So that's cool. That's definitely cool.
All right, next question. Let's make it quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start off. How is that from 2025 going? 2024 and so on. So basically, Devon, Kira, and Daniel.
I can say that 2025 has definitely started, and I'm my New Year's resolution is to make as many indie games as possible. I want to break a record this year, and they don't have to be big games. I just want to make a bunch of games, making a bunch of
That's
games.
awesome.
Very nice.
Cool.
So I missed part of the question. The question was what the resolutions are?
Wait,
I
what?
think basically.
Or what was the question you were asking?
So how is 2024 and
how is it?
2025 been doing for you guys?
It's been a scary time for me industry-wise because there's just not as much work going around as there used to be. But I'm very, very grateful for all the things that I still do have because I know that there are still people who have a lot less than I do. So just a lot of gratitude through the struggle, knowing that or hoping for things to wind up better, but grateful for what I have.
Oh,
Same
nice.
here. It's a weird time for our industry right now because there's a video game strike going on in the U.S. and all sorts of crazy stuff. But I'm doing a lot of conventions and travel kind of stuff for work, so hopefully it'll all work out.
Hopefully,
And Daniel?
Yeah, well, I'm for my personal projects. I want to do as many personal projects as possible, indie game stuff. So that's my goal for this year. Professionally wise, I'm lucky that I'm still on a game project for a company in Sydney, not Doppler, who also have a Flash game history. So I'm lucky that I'm still with them, part-time though. So I have taken a pay hit because I'm only part-time. But yeah, animation seems to be in a little bit of a tricky spot because even the studio that does Bluey is still where a lot of the animators they're not working on another show yet. I'm not sure if I can even say that, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're also in a sticky spot. So Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that we can make more animation.
Thanks for your question.
The next guy is Ave, I think.
Yep, that's me. Hello again, Daniel's son, and hello to you, Devin Mack and Kira Buckland. Man, oh man, it's honestly a wonder and a miracle that I've been given the chance to speak to you three. So I just want to say thank you, first of all. Secondly, I want to make this as quick as possible to
Yes,
allow
please.
everyone to enjoy the show. So, first question in regards to both you, Kira, and you, Devin Mack. What would you consider the funniest blooper outtake you've experienced while recording for Power Star?
Kira, do you have one?
I don't know if I would have one because when I did the original series, I mean, it was like almost 20 years ago at this point,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't remember. And then what I had this go around was pretty short and simple.
In my case, yeah, I don't remember anything from back then because it was so long ago. Like, I don't even remember. People would ask me outtakes from like Sonic stuff that I recorded like 3 years ago, and I don't remember any of it. But one particular thing I did do for the re-records, there's something that I snuck in immediately after I said, "And so face me one last time." I did a little something that anybody editing my audio would have heard and hopefully hung on to. Something that I felt was necessary, and maybe you'll have that played for you a little later.
Ooh. Well, on to my next question. For you, Daniel, how and where do you reference the fight scenes you choreograph? Being an anime yourself, a lot of the posing and all of the timing is very intricate. So I want to know how your thought process went, if possible.
Oh, absolutely. I can tell you that just like how with All Star, I just cherry picked from everything I love and just throwing different characters in together. It's a similar thing of where I source inspiration for like fight choreography. So and it's broad. It's broad. It comes from everywhere. A ton comes from animation. Dragon Ball Z. Growing up, watching a lot of that. Watch Pokemon battles. So a lot of like energy-based attacks. Rooted in Pokemon, whether it's electricity from Pikachu or elemental stuff from other Pokemon, or particularly power beams, which then Gyarados has a pretty sick hyper beam, which that and then that gets mixed in with Dragon Ball beams, which are also very similar. I'm not a fan particularly, of the when characters are locked in Dragon Ball and they're like, and it's like 5 frames recycled. I'm not particularly a big fan of that, but everything else Dragon Ball does is sick. So I source from that.
And I presume you also took inspiration from kung fu movies, because I've heard a lot of animators reference those kinds of things as well, like with Jackie Chan and all that stuff.
Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Donnie Yen. I love all these things. I was a big fan of The Matrix as well. I was like glued to The Matrix.
Hell yeah. Daniel, did you see that one Mario animation based entirely off of, like, I assume The Matrix?
Yes, by
Hell yeah.
by Paul Tervuren.
Yeah,
he was one of the best of us. He's also a professional animator now. He's just unreal. So
yeah, that dude is crazy.
Yeah, the guy's crazy. He's out of control.
Do we have time to sneak in Logo Nation? I know Lego Nation. I know he had a question too.
I have one more question, and I'll go. What's your favorite line from the series? Yeah, favorite line of the series, and why? From all of you.
Whatever Luigi's line was, I can't remember. I'll risk anything to stop you. Then face me one last time. It's that. It's that.
Hell yeah. Daniel, how about you?
Luigi, I was watching when he's like perving in Luigi in Mario's room.
Very nice.
And as for you, Kira?
I'm honestly not sure because it's been so many years since I've seen it, but I'm excited for today. So sorry, I wish I had a cool answer.
All right, no worries. Thank you all so much.
You're very welcome.
Everyone, enjoy the show and see you around.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
One last little thing I also enjoyed. I was really into Metal Gear, and there's a line as Devil Mario where I say "your brother" in a little bit of a Liquid Snake sort of voice.
That was awesome.
All right, Lego Nation, let's get it. Let's go fast.
Hello there.
Yo! 2 minutes.
My question is, how did it feel to work on Power Star for Kara and DMAC?
The remake or the original one?
The original.
Just really cool because I was getting to do stuff that I didn't normally do. It was my first time playing that big, evil, scary sort of villain. So it was a challenge, but I enjoyed it, and I'm really happy with the end result.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I learned a
I
lot.
knew even back then that it was something special. And so it's really cool, especially seeing this community come together for it now.
Yeah. And last question for Daniel Sun. Did you ever at least consider making Mario Combat 2?
I think I tried to, actually. I made Mario
Oh.
Combat Deluxe. If someone
Oh.
can find it, track it down, I made Mario Combat Deluxe.
Okay. Very interesting.
It's out there somewhere.
Okay.
Vic,
Yeah, I
we
think
got
that's all
1
I
minute
wanted to
before
ask.
we gotta go. But thank you
Yeah,
guys.
it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, likewise. Always happy to see a Lego fan.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have like 10 minutes after the trilogy because there's 3 projects I'd like to show. Just 10 minutes of your time.
Yeah, I'll hang around.
Yeah, that's great. Now let's wait for this to happen. Finally happening.
How do I full screen? I'm so dumb. I can't even full screen.
Danielson, you're gonna absolutely love this. I promise you.
Yay!
Oh, come on, start. Oh, why is the 45 seconds countdown? Is it working?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I see it on YouTube.
Ah,
You got
that's
the
good. Okay.
epic music going on.
It's happening. Okay, going full screen. Bro, my PC crashed.
Oh no.
Oops, sorry. Slight inconvenience.
That's alright.
It's fine.
Quick, go down to the pipe, princess. I'll deal with him. Sorry, Mario, but I can't let you have this power star.
Oh.
Ow, 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 ow.
Luigi!
Master Luigi, Princess Peach, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm a fine. And you?
How could Mario do such a thing?
He must have been possessed by booze. Last night, while Mario was sleeping, they must have come and attacked, possessing his entire body, then sending him on a mission to take the Power Star. I was watching. I tried to stop him, but I was holding back. Because he's my brother. And now I would imagine that he's traveling towards Mushroom City.
That was awesome.
Holy shit! That was fucking epic. How many animators are leaving the credits now?
One more thing coming to the video. Wait like 20 seconds.
Awesome, that's good. I'm like gonna be muting on and off my mic because now my headphones are live. That's so cool. Just all these different styles being merged and mixed together. It's gonna be hard to figure out which one is like a favorite. I've made a little bit of a list while I was watching, but Kevin did a really good job. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. It's a cool little collage of everyone's style. That's sick.
I love it. It was all so good. I was especially impressed by a lot of the action scenes.
It was awesome.
So many action scenes, so much so much weight to it.
Those 3D models blew me away. I was not ready for that.
My favorite scene is the hand-drawn one, where they fight in the pillar-like area.
That was some serious animation. Really, really. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
It's not over because
Okay.
I have some other things to show.
Wow.
Well, mostly as a teaser, but they're still big. First of all, Danielson, our animator left and we had to find a new one. We most likely did. I'm going to show some sprite work for now. That I think it's awesome. Sharing the screen right now.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, so you know that in technically original Power Star, Bowser was like the main Boo who was possessing Mario, like the main evil.
Yeah, that was an idea.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to make him feel more like menacing, more like evil or so, and we got a spriter.
Yeah.
That will do it. His name is Steph. I'll present him soon with
Whose
an
idea was
animation.
this to put skeletons on the spikes? Fucking hell.
Well, his skeleton kind of grew out of him, so
Yeah.
he's a bit
Okay.
evil.
I like it. It's great.
And first of all, to present the guy, his name is Steph, very talented 3D animator who also worked on Reanimated. The 3D scenes with the sprites were done by him. And to make Power Star more developed, we're developing a mini-series called Chronicles of Power Star, which will focus mostly on lore and dialogue and so on. And this guy actually made an animation of it in like 1 week. I'll share it right now. Is it Cinnable?
I can see that, yeah.
Yes.
Sort of like prequel of Power Star. It was maybe a bit too short, but it's still great work.
That's sick.
Yeah, I've
That's
never seen
unreal.
sprites look quite like that before, but it's really cool. That 3D perspective goes crazy.
Okay,
I
now
love
for
it. The boundary, breaking the boundary between 2D and 3D has always been like just where it's at. Yeah, that's stunning.
now
And
for the last.
creepy. Was that not creepy? I felt like those little
That
psycho
Luigi shot, I
nightmare
was like,
things.
wow, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, holy shit!
Settling
I haven't been scared.
Yeah, this guy is awesome. This guy Tef is awesome. He's also the guy who drew the Demon Bowser, as I like to call it. Now, the final thing I want to show. So, Daniel-san, you said that Mario All-Star is technically a prequel to Power Star, right?
Say again?
Mario All-Star, like your old series, was technically a prequel to Power Star.
Not precursor. I wouldn't say it doesn't. It's like not the story doesn't continue from All Stars to Power Star, but it's like spiritually a sequel, you could say. But yes.
Okay, so we know that in okay, this is going to get pick. In Mario All-Star, you added Knuckles and Sonic, right?
Yeah.
And in Power Stars 2, like it was not mentioned where Devil Mario was or what was he doing. It was just he was getting some more Power Stars.
Yeah.
So, what if we made a very small mini series where Devil Mario actually faces Sonic and Knuckles in the Power Star style?
I think that would be cool for sure.
Okay, perfect. We got your
Yeah.
word. Time to show it. Here we go. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds, but it's like a teaser we worked on 1 week or 2 just for this
I don't know how
premiere.
you find the time to make all this, man. This is nuts. So much going
You
on.
can see it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. And that's it.
Bravo, bravo. I love how that ends actually. That with that that ground slam. Like when I recognize a move that I did, that I can see that the animator has also like recognized it and then redone it. That's when I'm like so happy.
Oh, actually, there's one more 30-second thing. Forgot about it. You know the Power Star game we're doing?
Yes.
So we kind of made it too real to your animation. So we want to show a trailer of only in-game footage. and you'll see how similar it is actually to Power Star.
Herman, that picture you posted? That's no good.
Here it is. It's only 30 seconds, but it's still pick. All in-game footage. That was it.
That kind of music over Mario sprites fighting definitely brings me back to my childhood.
It works. It totally works. Oh wow. So you've just put out an
Cool. So I always try to give a performance.
So I turned out my microphone right now. Just came back home a few minutes ago. Let's see.
Yeah. Crazy things can like be cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This has been amazing. I think I'm also nearly time.
I should like make a line or something. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but hi. No. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I have something important to say. Hi.
Good guy, the guy who says the perfect guy, you know?
He's the perfect guy.
And I stumbled upon Power Star 1. I've loved it, but something was kind of hitting me, because why is Mario killing everyone? I didn't understand English back then. I didn't know what to expect. So it was kind of, you know, a different life to say. I didn't understand anything. Power Star 2 came. It was awesome. Power Star 3. But when I first watched Power Star 4 and I heard Devon Mac voice, I was basically paralyzed because of here. I was so scared to the point that I couldn't move but just watch the movie. And when I seen that Mario killed Peach and Luigi and Sadness and Sorrow music played out, I was paralyzed, basically.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Traumatized.
Oh wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I have something important to say. Hey guys, it's me, Timko. Hi. Let's go. This hedgehog is capable of speaking. Yeah.
I do want to.
Hi, Sniper.
But again, that's really, really cool and just so surreal to know that anybody could just be like just paralyzed and just like
I was literally paralyzed
with so much from that. It's like for me, like I recorded it knowing that it would be like a cool, well-made animation because I knew what Daniel was capable of. But the fact that it just had such an impact on so many people is just so special and so incredible to me, and I never take that for granted. So it's really cool with how what's inspired you, what you've gone on to do, and what many others have been inspired, taking their inspiration and done with that as well. I want to sneak in one quick thing, because I normally won't do this, but I saw Lord T-Rex mention it. I normally won't do this like on my streams or anything, just out of respect for my blue brothers, but here is kind of like a closed off, safe enough space. So I'll give you a little bit of that blue hedgehog again, of all places. I found you, faker! Faker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh, you're not even good enough to be my fake. I'll make you eat those words! There you go.
Dude, your
Wow.
voice acting is
Amazing.
excellent. Good job, man.
Holy
Good job.
shit, that was a spot-on impression.
Yep.
Devon, I have one question though.
That was
I mean,
Sonic. That was actual Sonic.
Yeah,
That man
it was
is
Sonic.
Sonic itself.
So, Devon, if it's possible, just possible, would you voice act Sonic in the little Devil Mario vs Sonic we're doing? Is it possible?
Zero chance. I don't want to make Sega mad at me.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
I've already worked for Nintendo as well as has Kira, so that's kind of why I'm just like a little cautious about even doing stuff like this again. And Nintendo, they have ninjas. They have watched one of my streams before and told me that they didn't like what I said about something. So I'm very, very careful.
Yep, I do have their. Go
But
ahead.
I appreciate, but thank you for the invitation.
It's fine.
Yep. The Nintendo ninjas are real.
It's true.
Start running.
It's true.
They are real. In fact, they're here.
They
And
could be.
I'm one of them.
They
This
could
was
be.
all an elaborate. This was all one big
Yeah.
elaborate thing to like catch you out, Devin. So
I see you, Jedi Warrior Mike, with that Mario icon. I know that you're really one of those ninjas. You can't hide.
No, he's not a ninja. He's a close friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
yes, yeah, it's an act. It's all an act. Yeah.
Primal Koopa
anything
Pictures,
else before I gotta jump off?
Did you have a question that you meant to ask that you didn't ask, Primal Koopa?
I think I already asked the question, but
Okay.
other than that, it's nice meeting you, Matt. Okay? And it's nice eating Kira as well.
She's such an absolute sweetheart. One of the kindest people anybody could ever meet.
It's as cool as it is for you as for me because I haven't interacted with her at all really. Just beyond like 15 years ago, getting her like a couple lines for Power Star, and then just seeing her pop off as well and just be in everything. It's out of control.
Daniel.
Thing. It is so rare that we actually get to talk with people who animate our voices. So this is pretty cool. Even on the professional side, it's very rare.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that it's cool both ways. It's like a two-way cool highway.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Cool highway. That's my favorite level. Wow.
That's my Sonic. That's all I can do.
That's pretty good. You're pretty well there. Whoa!
Whoa! And then it turns into Krillin shortly after.
Sonic and Krillin are like voice neighbors, I reckon. But
You know what?
I don't know.
I feel like there's a little bit of relation there.
A little bit,
Devin.
Cousins.
Can you
second
say
cousins,
in Sonic's voice, "Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald"?
I will not give you that one, sadly.
All right, understandable. I know.
Don't blame me for asking, though. Respect to you for asking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think Sega's playing it safe as far as I know. So official Sega VAs cannot cuss, unfortunately. It's in the contracts.
I'm keen for the
Well,
future.
Shadow actually said that. Shadow actually said that.
Yeah, Shadow he did.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Hey, there you go. Well done. In the Shadow the Hedgehog game where he has the gun and there's the edgy music. Yeah, that one.
What a strange game that was.
The animation director of that went on to be the director of the Sonic movies. Jeff Fowler. That's where he started.
His job. So good. It's
crazy. Love it.
Yep.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall in a board meeting of that game when they're like, what do we do next? Should we give them guns? Yeah, okay.
I would have also loved to be a fly on the wall of the board meeting when they're like, let's give Sonic realistic eyes in the movie and human teeth. I would have liked to sit in on that. This will be good. The fans will love it.
That would have just been the end of everything.
Yeah, that would have been the end.
The fans didn't love it. What we do?
Oh no! Oh no!
So bad.
They fixed it and we got peak as a result.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Remember when there was a debate? It's like, should people be able to tell creatives what to do? I'm like, maybe sometimes yes.
Maybe.
And again, there were enough people on the animation side who knew, oh, they're gonna hate this, but I got to do my job. It's always some stupid executive who feels like they need to change something.
Yeah, big time. I felt pretty strongly that it was a stunt. It was a marketing tool to like make everyone freak out, but I'm not sure if that's the case.
Given things that have been made in the past, I don't think so. It costs so much money. An animation studio went under because of all the redos they had to do. So
Yeah, bad.
Damn.
All right, I think that's it for me. I got to jump off and run into the city and
Thanks for
find my
coming by.
family. or whatever.
See ya, Daniel.
Absolute
See you,
pleasure
Daniel.
to meet you, Daniel. And yeah, this was an honor to work with you all those years ago, an honor to finally meet you now.
Wanted to reconnect. So good to be able to reconnect. It was awesome. Cool as.
See you,
to
son.
finally
Have a
get
good day, man.
To finally get to fix my I can let you have this power star, because I read it wrong and I read it with such a smile on my face. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were fighting. So to finally get to fix that now is cool too.
Daniel, link arm with wings 4, damn it. I'm just kidding.
All right. I'll see what I can do. But awesome. All right, everyone. Fuck
Much
yeah,
love,
you all rock. I love you all.
Right back at
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
See you,
If
Daniel.
anybody's got maybe
Take
one
care.
last question, I'll
Bye-bye.
take that. Bye-bye. I'll take maybe
Bye-bye.
one last question before I head out as well. I got basketball videos to watch. And other
Alright.
things and emails to respond to.
What
Yeah.
kind of basketball video do you have?
The team that I rock with, the Golden State Warriors, they just made a big trade, and their team now has some different players. So I need to see what's going on with them, and also my friend who plays for that team. So I want to see what's going on with him.
Is it the Lucas Doncic trade?
Sorry, say it again.
Is it the Lakers trade?
Oh, that's Luka Doncic with the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks. No, this was the Golden State Warriors and the Miami Heat. With Jimmy Butler just got traded to the Warriors. The friend that I have from school is Steph Curry. We played together in 2002.
Wow, that goes way back.
Yeah, long time ago.
Anyway, anyone who wants to ask a question before DMAC here goes?
If he's still going to voice for Reimagined, the Devil Mario, that's all.
Didn't I record that?
I mean, yeah, but for Reimagined, like the future episodes.
Oh, okay. You know, we'll see. It kind of depends on my availability because there's a lot of times where
There's no rush,
as you
absolutely.
know. Fair enough.
Yeah, I know.
As you know, it can be very, very hard to get a hold of me at times.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But we'll see when we get there.
Yep.
Time will tell.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
it was beyond peak.
For sure. But I'm glad. Thank you for reaching out to me for this, and also just thank you for the donations to Black Devil X, Rob Lewis, his family. That's very, very much appreciated. And it's once again just really, really cool to see just how many people this is inspired, and to revisit it is something that I never really thought would happen. But here we are.
Yep. With like new faces to meet you too. It's pretty amazing.
And Tired Writer, if you missed when I mentioned it before, that's there's a whole thing there.
Can I actually say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
You motherfucker! I can't believe you did that. You motherfucker! In that audio file, that fireplace, I cannot believe you fucking did that. That's my favorite fucking moment. You did that. Unbelievable.
It felt so absolutely necessary. I wasn't even thinking to do it, but as soon as I said the line, "Then face me one last time," it just came to me. I'm here now.
I cannot fucking believe you did that. Oh my god.
I'm glad you like
did.
It was like that's one of my favorite moments from like anything ever, and then you just did that. It's like, oh my fucking god, unfucking believable. He fucking ruined it.
embedded in my brain. You can't have one without the other.
Oh god, from earlier, I remember this thing where it's where I remember this thing by somewhat, and I remember it was like Power Star 04.5. I remember.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Hey,
Can y'all hear me?
Hi, Uncle
This is
Q.
the first. This is the
Hello,
first
Uncle
time I
Q.
heard you talk.
Yo, I hear you. I'm gonna stick around for 3 more minutes, so the top of the hour is when I'll be out of here.
I remember watching Power Star when I was a teenager, and I'm like, yo, I should make a game about get this. And I just messaged to Daniel and Leo, can I make a game on this? He was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And like, he saw some of it, and he was just like, oh yeah, this is definitely Power Star. But then as time goes on, I just started struggling in life. So I just really couldn't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you already know. You already know the rest of it.
It happens to the best of us. It's all good. Everybody has their ups and downs.
Yeah. But that genre really inspired like thousands of people.
Oh, no doubt.
Like,
and it always, I want to say it catches me off guard, but like no, it's probably one of the things I hear about the most. There's so many people who thought that like that's what I was, to me that's what I was known for before Sonic. So that's a really surreal thing. It's neat to see. And I'm glad it's been an inspiration to you.
It has been. Especially that voice is crazy good. I love it. It really fits the character. So
I'm very glad you enjoyed it.
Kat, I
No,
know
Mario.
there was something that you wanted to ask. What was your question, Kat?
Cat George Robbie. Wait, let me get him to speak.
Here we go.
Oh, hello. I was actually having some questions for Ongo Killer. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's
all good.
No, Mario. You suck. Almost as much as this.
Then how about before that, if anybody has any one last question for me before I bounce up out of here? And if not, I'll just bounce up out of here.
Not really a question, but you're awesome.
Thank you so much. All y'all are awesome as well. Everything you've been able to bring together, it's awe-inspiring just to see the love for that series and the creativity that's been brought about because of it.
I'm so glad they took my game project and continued it.
Heck yeah.
I'm so glad they did that. Because I was going through so much.
I'm actually glad that I actually started working on it, really. And just started like out of boredom for some reason after my birthday.
Oh yeah, you just found.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, I found it in my Newgrounds page, and and just expanded on it. Like I know that.
Right on, y'all. All right. With all that said, I am going to bounce. But once again,
Take care, Devon.
Thank you for
Thank
everybody
you.
for being so awesome. Thank y'all for having me here and for having me as a part of this project. And I look forward to seeing what the future has in store. Until next time, all y'all take care, work hard, work smart, be good to others, and be good to yourself because you deserve it. Bye bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya,
Bye
Sonic the
bye.
Hedgehog. D-Mac. Oh, he left. Fuck.
Oh my god, I'm exhausted, bro.
Damn.
It's been 30 hours since I last slept.
Man,
Holy
I'm sweat
shit.
as fuck, man.
It's been
Just
17 days.
It's almost 1 in the night for me.
Yo,
Hello,
Killer,
everyone.
are you up
Go
for
to
those
sleep, Theo.
questions?
Holy
crap, that was incredible. That's so awesome. I loved every
Yo,
second
Killer.
of that.
Guys, how was Devil Mario vs Sonic intro? Because it's
Oh,
an
that
intro.
was so
It's
cool.
great. It's really good.
Insane.
You did a great job on it.
Hello.
Thanks.
That was peak.
And
My
how
absolute
was
magnum
Chronicles of
opus.
Power Star?
I just want to say, everybody who participated, you all knocked it out of the park. And I am so honored to have been there with you guys for most of it.
Very
and to have
proud.
the funny
Very proud
parts.
of everyone.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you all.
this club was really awesome. All of
Yeah,
great
let's hope.
animators here.
Let's hope.
Hello, Speed.
Let's just really hope it doesn't get cease and desist.
If it does,
Let's just hope for that doesn't happen.
But I don't know if Frog's still here. I think he might have left, but Frog, thank you so much for letting me participate. It's been a wild ride since I started doing these scenes last year, but it's been so much fun. And this collab has let me meet so many amazing people. And I've gotten a chance to just improve as a sprite animator, and I will forever be grateful for that. And I just want to thank you guys so much. It means the world to me.
Don't worry about it, man. For what is worth, I planned to add the savior of the collab in Reanimated, but I didn't know where, and it was supposed to be you for taking out the scenes in such a short notice. So you kind of saved it, not me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Sniper Insurgency.
Yeah, you guys brought the community back with this one Discord.
Yeah, Sniper, what do you want?
You heard? You guys brought the Discord back. You guys brought the community back. I just want to point that out. Yeah, you really did a good job.
You revived the whole Power Star community.
Yeah, you really did.
Wonderful. It's so much fun, man. Just going to the server every day, reading everyone's messages.
Never once did I ever think I'd see we call the whole everyone that worked on Power Star in one Discord call altogether.
I would never imagine it.
If you guys told me that when I when I first watched Power Star, that one day me and a bunch of other people would get a chance to meet everyone involved, I would have thought that was crazy, but it happened. So
wait, Kat, you had a question?
Yeah, I had some questions for you, Uncle Killer.
Yeah.
So first question is, how was it years ago to work on Power Star the game alongside Danielson?
Making the project, it was easy for me. It's just time consuming, but I really enjoyed making it. I really did. But after a while, when you code the same thing over and over, it just drives you nuts. But I generally enjoyed it.
I see. The next question is, could we get more trivia about the demo?
Oh, demo for what?
More trivia. The Power Star game.
Oh, I think they have the demo already.
So I was wondering, what kind of trivia did the Power Star demo had?
What kind of 3D art?
Trivia.
I don't know.
Just facts or something like that.
Yeah, there.
What? Yo, these headphones are terrible. These headphones are terrible. A trivial, what's that? Man, I'm so dumb.
I guess I'll just move on to the next question. It's not Power Star related, but I would still like to ask it. How did it feel to work on Combat Tournament Legends back then, as well as getting so many characters that are rock hard gladiators?
Well, when I first started the first game of it, nobody knew about me. Nobody knew, like nobody. I just made it completely out of fun. I just made it like just what I thought would be a good game, and I think that's a very important skill as a programmer to translate what you imagine. Like I think that's a very good skill to have. But after that, Stone messaged me, and it just started rolling.
Speaking of which, how was it to interact with each cast member? Because I saw the credits and there was even Turquoise who tested the game alongside
Yeah.
and the others.
Yeah, that was. They're pretty busy. I'll be honest. They're pretty busy. Like they dealing with life. I can understand that. But it was pretty fun. Like one of the things about like especially combat tournament is that you just have to understand how they animate.
Indeed.
You just have to know like their techniques and all that in order to produce like the same character like in the game. Like especially Mr. Red, like he has to be like very similar.
Honestly, one of my best characters that I really enjoyed were actually Mr. Red and Homer Beth.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were all my questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was awesome, bro.
Yeah,
But yeah, when you're making a game, you just have to understand. Like your understanding has to be above and beyond. Like just the little details, just the little details really matter. I know Timko understands because he making Power Star game right now. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going for now. That's alright with y'all.
See ya, bro. Take care.
Bye-bye,
See ya,
Primal.
Primal. Take care.
Timko. It's time to
Mm.
upload the pic we created to our channels.
Hmm? Huh? What?
It's time to you upload the Sonic and what was it?
Power Star Unleashed.
Power
thingy,
Star
yeah.
Unleashed. Yeah, and I upload the TEF work.
Alright.
When you guys post Mario vs. Sonic, I'm adding it to my big stupid joke Mario vs. Sonic playlist that I have going. Where I just like get all the freaking Mario vs. Sonic animations I can find on YouTube and just stick them all there because everyone does Mario vs. Sonic animation at some point. I started one a while back. I never finished it, but I mean, like everyone does it at some point. It's just facts.
There's something stupid I thought of. Like, the only thing that makes Mario and Sonic not fight with each other is fucking Olympic sports! How? Why? Stupid bastard.
You're too slow.
No, I want to see a Mario and Sonic crossover, an official one that isn't just the Olympic Games.
True.
That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome.
Like,
Maybe if they
the Olympic, like, of all things you could do a Mario and Sonic crossover of, it's like the Olympic Games are like, really? Seriously? Like,
you know, I don't think we're gonna get any more Olympics games. I was going around because like on the internet a while back because freaking their
They
contract
canceled
with,
it
like,
because of NFTs and esports.
Like,
Yeah, it's a shame. Well-
no, Devcat. You know, the whole entire ass will explode if Mario and Sonic will actually become crossover or something. Like, come on, it's a miracle to happen. To have not only Olympic Games thing officially. Why is everyone so silent?
I
Bro,
was just listening.
it's been 32 hours since I last slept. What can I do?
Yeah, it's been hours. Like I'm just like done right now.
I just slept for like 3 or 4 hours. That was good, actually.
At least you slept, bro.
Slept 30 minutes last night.
I will say I was so nervous last night. Like I didn't sleep very well. I was so nervous for this event, man.
I was shivering.
I was not.
And I just went through hell.
I slept well.
I was nervous about mostly to not have things fucked up, like the collab itself and the surprises after collab. Was really nervous about it.
The surprises were to pick Danielson and Devon were.
No, I mean like
surprised by it.
preparing them.
Shame we couldn't get any more. What's it called? What do you mean? Shame we couldn't get any more Devil Mario lines due to what do you call it? Devon not being allowed to.
I mean,
it's logical. The
It
thing
depends.
is, the thing is,
Yeah.
Nintendo's pretty protective. of
Yeah,
their
yeah, I
IP.
know.
Yeah, I'm telling what's it called, Fire here about that shit because I'm kind of doubting he'll be able to do the Devil Mario for Reimagine. Nintendo's very
Actually, he will be, but the lines are very, very, very specific and very limited. Just like how he was in Power Star 4. Like he only talked in Power Star 4 and that's it. So Devil Mario Reimagine is going to be not much of a speaker.
So he's coming back. He's coming back for Reimagined.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Why I got him in. I mean,
didn't know that.
Who asked if they want to remake Power Star, and Kira said that's what they're here for. I don't know who asked. I think Primal Koopa was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was Primal Koopa.
I am so glad I took this project. I'm so glad I took my project and just finished it.
I mean, I'm so glad I got hold of you so soon.
Yeah,
and
I
had the chance to talk with you.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm real glad I joined this event too. It was worth it.
Yeah,
Totally.
Also, Ango Killer, you're talking with Danielson now?
It's Mo Simpson. Mo Simpson.
Well, yeah. It's like I always been talking to him. Why do you think I started? How do you think I started the game?
I mean,
What do you mean?
No, like current, like right now, you speak more with him.
Oh yeah, I just talk whatever. You know me already. I just speak my mind.
Mm-hmm. Team Co. Post the cooked.
Indeed.
But
Anyways, Sniper Insurgency, I know what you'll ask me. If Devil Mario is going to fight Sonic and Knuckles in Power Star 2, yes. And of course he's going to win, but it is going to be epic.
Am I gonna have to return for Chronicles because?
Yeah, yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
But it's gonna cost you a 1070. It reminds me of an animator or something, but
I wonder who.
I gotta see what Danielson's doing with his Armor's Wing now. But I played it before in Newgrounds. It must be really good now. I played it like years ago, like the first one.
Oh, there's a remake of it on Steam, by the way.
Yeah, I gotta see it because I know that's very similar to Mario Combat when Power Star. I know I feel it when I play it. Yo, this feels like I'm like yo, this feels like Power Star. Like I feel it. I feel his influences. If that makes sense.
Also, after this call fire, I need to talk to you, bro.
Like bro, he has his.
I know you're fucking tired, bro, but I need to talk to you.
Yeah, sure, but I don't know how much I'll understand. Like I'm seeing visions.
Oh, bro, just snort a fucking line of coke. It'll be fine.
No way, my bro is saying things what Mario sees in Poster Reimagined 2 Shadow Mario's Wii.
Yeah, it's just a quick chat, by the way. But
That-
something.
There's the one thing I noticed about Daniel's art is that like it's really unique. Like you can tell it's him. Does anyone get that feeling too?
Yeah. Like today felt like 2005 for me. It's like seeing like, everything again from 2000. Well, in my eyes, that's
Definitely a time machine.
yeah, definitely a time machine.
I mean, Hiro has one.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I didn't expect Kira in Devon to be like so open and so, I don't know, kind, I guess. I was expecting them to be more silent.
Bro sold them as monsters.
What?
I mean, when I first heard Devil Mario's voice and was completely paralyzed, a 7-year-old watching a crazy Devil Mario killing everything. What do you think?
Issue.
It's really that was really in depth to hear it from an actual professional in the workforce.
No, it was. I was
That
so
was
shocked
really-
to hear how thoughtful it was. Sorry.
Yeah, I already no, it's okay. I already knew most of it, but like rehearing it, it's good.
So will there'll be another collab with the Power Star 4?
Yeah, of course. It's gonna start, I think, in 1 week or 2.
All right.
Woohoo! Yay!
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
If you need help with any bug fixes, send me the code.
Huh?
Oh fuck! I forgot to tell Daniel-san to leave a review, bruh. I'm stupid.
He'll yeah, there'll be some.
Tell why.
Oh, have y'all talked about Flash coming back to life?
Oh yeah, the waffle thing.
I mean,
Holy
Flash never
shit.
died. Like, Flash players died, but everybody assumes that like the program Flash can't be used anymore. You can still use it, you just can't like post it as like a Swift file online. That's everybody confuses that though. It kind of annoys me, not gonna lie.
But that way of playing it online, it's coming back.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the waffle thing came out. The alternative online
And
Flash player is kind of
just
thing that
use
keeps being
Ruffle.
developed. Yeah, waffle.
Yeah, that's still in development, but like it still have like
It's
little problems.
it's an emulator for the SWF, for SWF files basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
It emulates them.
This emulator actually works pretty well. Not gonna lie, it just has one issue: sound delay.
Yeah, but I'm just letting you know that Flash has a future still. Like it's not gonna be deleted.
A lot of websites that use they use SWF files put Ruffle built into their website as well. So you know.
Yeah, it's still improvement, but like it's. I'm just letting you know the project you make is not gonna die.
Somebody just asked me to send the reanimated scene and edit it. Okay. That's ready. Okay.
Edit what reanimated scene?
Already the Dino said, "Do you think you can send my scene here? I gotta post something on YouTube, only in this DM." Like,
so like,
it's not my scene, bro.
So like, I like to let y'all know that like that Flash is not gonna die, and it's gonna probably end up in consoles.
No, it's not gonna die with Teamco developing Power Star Unleashed.
But like I've seen people like put like Flash games on like the Wii, and it's the coolest thing ever. Because like with the Wii, you got like the pointers, like you could do like mouse games and whatnot. It's so cool.
I swear, as a kid, having in like the 2010s, having like a Flash game work on the Wii web browser would have been a dream back then, because that was not possible.
That'd be so cool.
Speaking
I
of
mean, it's
Power
weird
Star
now 'cause-
Unleashed,
I'm sorry. But like,
you go first. You go first. Sorry.
What's cool to me because like Infamously, Flash was not something that you used like on phones. I think when they made the iPhone, Steve Jobs was even like, "We're not using like Flash. That takes up too much memory." But Raffle, like the emulator, it's so cool because like you can play Flash files like on your phone. So it's cool because like that wasn't possible
No,
before,
what's
like
crazy to
nowadays.
me is not just like web games in general. Remember, like 10 years ago, you couldn't play a web game on your phone. Now it's 10 years later, and now you can pretty much most web games are made to also work on phones as well, which is kind of crazy, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
like
as a kid, that was like one of the remember like you had to always get your laptop out to play a specific game on your web browser, and you could never use your phone, and it used to be one of the most used to be frustrating back then, you know. But then
Discuss
later
for
on, we just
Polestar
don't care anymore.
Discuss for Polestar Unleashed mobile support.
Huh?
so yeah,
For
yeah.
mobile, for
A
mobile
lot.
support for Polestar Unleashed.
Huh?
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 Like I was gonna say, a lot of games, especially console games, especially like web games, like PC games, they're being saved. So like,
You know,
it's not gonna get deleted like forever. Like it's being like the media is being saved and it's being restored.
you know what's kind of funny, and I'm seeing it right now. Back in 2000 and whatever, 2002, 2005, 2010, we were all just fucking kids, and we were just enjoying the fuck out of the internet, and we just loved it. Now that we're like in 2023 or 20, wow, I'm 2023 apparently when it's 2025. Now it's 2025, and we're just like trying to preserve shit that we used to love as kids. Isn't that kind of sad? Like, I was told like, oh, the internet, everything is gonna be on the internet forever, and then 20 years passes, and we're just like finding ways to like preserve those precious memories, those games, those things that we used to love and everything, and now it's being deleted on the internet because one, websites are no longer being supported or software is not supported anymore, and we're like trying our best to save these precious memories because it had a lot to do with our childhood. Isn't that kind of sad?
It has to do a lot of it has to do a lot of with like history too,
Yeah.
like especially like the growth of like especially games and web games and like animations and people come from there, professionals come from there.
We all come from the like web 1.0 and
Yeah,
web
yeah.
2.0 and whatever point is right now. um it's just that I find it funny that there's a effort right now to conserve and preserve stuff right now to make sure that everything that we love is still there and all of that.
Yep.
Kind of sad just to see.
How does it feel to know PS2 is now considered retro?
Dude, like I watched it almost like at launch and everything back in 2005, 20 years ago. I was 11, and I love Power Star 1 and 2. I loved it so much. I joined the forums back in the day, the GKA forums. It was something combat something. I forgot the name. I should ask Daniel again. And I joined the forums there, and then a few weeks passed and everything, and his fucking site went down. Apparently, he said that his computer died or something like that, and though he'll bring back the forums, and then apparently he lost all his information and the flash animation. He got lazy to reanimate the whole thing and did a whole fight sequence and everything. And when
Yeah.
he brought his new what's it called websites on studios.net and brought back the forums and everything, I joined back into the forums, although um with a name and everything. And yeah, he didn't post much about Power Star 4. at the beginning, he was like keeping it very close to himself at the time. He did give us some teasers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But a lot
Yeah.
of people were like waiting, and apparently he couldn't upload back in the day Power Star 4. It was like 8 megabytes, and at the time, no, I think it was 20 megabytes. And at the time, Newgrounds couldn't accept files that exceeded 5 megabytes. So
10,
your
10. It was
animation,
10.
it
It
was
was 10.
10. Well, it
Yeah.
couldn't exceed the 5 megabyte limit on Newgrounds and everything, and they made an exception for him. But they had to make that exception for him, so he couldn't wait for Power Star 4 to release it. So he said, "You know what? I'm gonna release it on my website." And that day, when he released it on the website and everything, a lot of people went to his website, sign on to the forums, just to see the fucking Power Star. We had like at the time probably 5,000 forum users simultaneously just to watch an 8-minute Flash movie. And it was
Yeah.
awesome. It was fucking awesome because holy shit.
He made a very good move, keeping it like not spilling too much secrets. Not just secrets. Not spilling too much Power Star 4.
But I do remember that he did change a lot of things because there's some stuff that he teased us for and everything, and it didn't come out in the final movie and everything. So there's
What
a
stuff
lot
was
of
that?
So apparently, he had a scene, if I recall correctly, where the toads were walking into the Mushroom Kingdom and everything, but it wasn't inside. It was in the forest and everything, and they were marching towards the Mushroom City or Mushroom Kingdom, whatever it is here. Um, it wasn't the last scene or anything. They were just walking through the forest and everything, and then they all they're all possessed and everything, and they all with all their combined forces, it's a power star in the sky and everything. But the thing is that it was like a scene to show that all the power star were collected and everything. But in the final draft, it's just the toads come in and everything, and they put the whole power stars, and then Mario absorbs it. And it was completely different, like in the tease and everything. But yeah, it was completely different. And some other fight scenes changed and everything, where he teased like a fight scene. That fight scene never made it or anything. It was
Which fight scene was that?
It was what's it called? Mario versus Luigi and everything. It was a completely different fight scene, but it was I think somewhere in a forest or something like that. And then it never appeared. It was always in the castle or the Mushroom Kingdom. So basically, yeah, he did change a lot of things and a lot of fight choreography and everything. So it's not the same. But I mean, if you guys think that it could have been better, actually, I think the final draft was way more better animated. But I do
Wait.
understand if he cut it off because maybe it was too much, growing too much. Because Power Star 4 had a lot of fucking effects, like back in my day, and shit. Wow, I feel like a grandpa saying that.
Or Power Star cut content we're hearing about here.
Yeah. There was Power Star cut content and everything. I think Daniel cut off some content maybe because it was already too big for Newgrounds. And besides, my computer back in the day and everything.
Shame we didn't get to see any deleted scenes like we did with Power Star 2, or that none of it was ever released.
Yeah.
I think there was a video on YouTube which I saw years ago where someone actually compiled the scenes that were not in Power Star 4 or something. I don't know if it's still online or it's gone forever.
Oh wait, really?
I want to see that video if it exists. I want to see that video.
We need to find that video.
We gotta find that. I need to see that.
I need all the cutscenes of Power Star 4.
Yeah. No, I'm always really. A lot of like Flash animators, they've mentioned how they've had to like cut stuff down from their animations to like get them to fit the limit. I would love to see like all of their like older versions, how like complex they have gotten. I know Swivel definitely helped with that because then you could just like export to them before. Man, I would love to see the older versions if I could.
That was definitely a good move by Daniel, not telling too much for the ending.
True.
And ending it perfectly. Like
So the you know here's hidden lore about the ending and then everything about the ending. I think Daniel even forgot about it because I mean I have amazing memory. So apparently he was already tired of a sprite based animation.
Yeah, he was.
And he didn't want to do it anymore, and he was just tired. And he added that ending sequence and everything at the very end, so people wouldn't be hyped for like a potential Power Star 5 or something. And
I already
people were
think a Power Star 5's gonna happen if, like, Devil Marrow's dead.
Yeah, exactly. So so the thing is that he didn't want another Power Star. He was tired at the time. He even expressed himself in the forums that he just wants to move on to something much cooler and something bigger and greater and everything. And he really just wanted to focus on Arm with Wings and everything, and he just got tired of the fans telling him release Power Star 4 when it's Power Star 4. Like even when Armed with Wings the first game came out and everything, people were still bitching at him to like release Power Star 4. Where's Power Star 4? It got annoying, and it annoyed him a little bit too, if I remember correctly. But he loves Power Star. The thing is that he got annoyed by the fandom because the fandom was really thirsty for Power Star 4 because like the first movie was really great. Although if you watch it again at this time, it's pretty, like wow, it's pretty crappy. The second one is really good, has good fight choreography, good music, everything, and all of that, and it's really like hyped up with energy. People love that, and people were like, "Oh yes, I can't wait for Power Star 3." And you know what happened with Power Star 3? So it was a fight sequence, and he didn't want to end it on that, so he just made Power Star 4, which was like an accident episode. He just wanted to wrap things up. He had so many ideas and everything for Power Star, but he what's it called?
That's how you end it though. Like that's perfect.
yeah.
I get the same feeling with my game too. Like I
Actually, I
finished
wanted to
making it.
ask. Was that YouTube video of a Power Star 4 deleted scenes ever released on the forums at all?
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
Was it like ever released on the forums? I might check the Wayback Machine, see if I can find it.
Oh, I know. I checked the Wayback Machines myself. It's not there at all.
Oh,
I checked
that's a
it.
shame.
I checked it on the Wayback Machine and everything. I just wanted to go back to see the content and everything, but the Wayback Machine did not record anything of the forum posts or any videos or anything or stuff like that. I was disappointed because I wanted to show fire about some stuff and everything, but it's not there anymore. Like I don't know what happened. Maybe the bot that recorded the website didn't actually record stuff from there. So yeah, I tried to get some of that content back, but no, the Wayback Machine kind of failed on that aspect.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that really is.
That's gone forever unless someone in the future comes up with a hard drive of it, which is honestly probably unlikely.
I remember the time frame. The time frame was back in July, where he released a teaser, and then I think under the teaser by February or something like that.
Do you know if the page that like hosted it is still up? Like if it didn't say the video, but like if the page still up?
No, Daniel has it actually, but he has to find the time to bring everything back up, and I don't know if he'll be able to return all that information from all that time. I don't think so.
Well, one can hope.
I like to think of it like this: Power Star still exists in Arm's Wings. I like to think of it like that because it's still the same author. When you really think about it, it still feels like it. I think that whole series had an impact art too.
Yeah, it did. Well, the thing is, Armed with Wings here was heavily inspired by Bleach, which he loves Bleach, and I think if you ask him, he will say, "Oh no, it was heavily inspired by Bleach and everything." Um, and Armed with Wings, well, personally, he brought in a lot of money with Armed with Wings and everything, because the sponsorships back in the day were actually paying very well for game designers. Like I don't know if you guys remember about Flash Portal or Max Games or
Yeah, yeah.
Armor Games. So, those website providers, they paid pretty well for pretty decently, not like amazing, like oh my god, millionaire. Like no, they paid pretty good for having their game first on that website. Like exclusivity, and I remember him like bragging about him owning a Toyota Supra. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe he sold it. I don't know. That's not my thing to ask around. But he's like, I got a Toyota Supra, and it was like showing it off on the forums and everything, and the people were like, "Oh, that's a cool car and shit."
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but that specific genre, I mean not the genre, the Power Star,
Uh-huh.
actually helped inspire me to make Combat Tournament.
Yeah, I think I remember. I remember that there was a Power Star game. You made it, right? Power Star game. What was it again?
The beginning of it, like the start of it.
The demo.
Yeah, I remember he uploaded on his YouTube and everything. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I went to the Newgrounds page, and
Yeah, I wasn't going through, but I'm glad someone took it and finished it.
and I went to your Newgrounds page and everything, and apparently, the last update I saw is that you had no internet or something like that. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
I was definitely like in the struggle zone.
and the struggle, yeah, I get that, and I was sad because like Power Star is the perfect game for. I just hope Nintendo just doesn't find it and shut it
Yeah,
down.
yeah. That's what I was worried about when I was making it. I'm like, yo, if this goes big, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get like, what's it called? Like, I'm gonna get bad down.
Yeah.
Guys, why am I seeing white?
I don't know.
That's what we call sleep deprivation.
But yeah,
Mother sing, thank heaven! No!
but specifically Mario Combat, I remember looking at that game. I'm like, think for your game like this. I remember that, and that's how Combat Thunder was made.
Yeah. I was kind of sad because what's it called? You did do like
Hey,
Power
guys,
Star
I'm
game.
gonna have to go to sleep now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Man.
I gotta
Oh,
go.
sorry.
Yeah, it's really late and I can't stay up any longer. And I've got things to do tomorrow. So, I'll see you guys. It was awesome
ya.
being here. Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye, Deathguard.
See you, Dave Georg. See you.
Yeah, see ya.
Actually, on that note, yeah, I think I gotta go out too.
I
I got some stuff to do. But hey, thank you guys for everything. This was a lot of fun. Sorry if I like interrupted people too much. I got a little too excited.
Oh, no, that's fine, dude. No worries.
No, that's fine, man. That's fine.
Okay. But thank you guys so much for everything. It means a lot.
No problem.
See you, cute being. Oh, he left. Fuck.
No, bye, Toodles.
Yeah.
Th-
I think
thank
we
you
should
so
all head.
much.
I think we should all head out for fire's sake. Well, I
No,
still
no,
need-
I mean, I'm fuck.
I'm fuck.
You are.
He's like, no,
Yeah,
keep the moment, keep the lasting forever.
Don't sleep anymore.
I think we should call it a day, man, because I think we're all tired.
Nah,
more
it's the
than anything.
morning.
Yeah, you're
For
gonna
what?
sleep. You're gonna sleep and yeah, his sleep schedule is just fucked. So what now?
No,
What?
What's-
No.
Now what? Yeah.
Morning. We're starting on
Sam
an
sweet
earlier this time.
potato.
Hello, Samuel.
Hi.
Hi.
That picture's creepy. Oh
Man,
man, I love bees. I love bees.
That dog though. What the hell?
Oh yeah, I have a actor's laugh. Oh man. I'm still amazed how just one single project just inspired thousands of projects like that.
What the dog doing?
What
the dog doing? Alright.
What the
I'm gonna
dog
head
doing?
out. Fire, I need to talk to you, man. Just
VC or messages?
VC real quick, just so you can
Okay,
go to sleep.
okay, call me.
Alright.
See ya, guys. Take care.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
See you, bro. See you. Man, the
I got
fuck
nothing
I'm
else.
gonna do now?
I got nothing else to talk about. So I'm a go.
I see.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Hi, Kira.
God, I can't wait for the counters update for Unleashed. That shit looks so
Yeah.
badass. Now what?
I don't know, man. Think we're just gonna go home or something. Alright, guys. So, did you know that Sonic in this animation is going